Alright, well, I guess my outro is not working correctly tonight. Welcome, everybody. This is Legally Blind Gamer. Hope you're having a great evening. I'm joined, as always, by PBE Commissioner Hummus God. Are you there, Hummus God?
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't. You're not. I'm not. You're not sharing anything right now for me, but I'm definitely here
Let me
in the flesh.
fix that here for you real quick. Sorry about that.
You're fine. In my full can of chickpeas.
There we go. Alright, so week 4. Let me just check one thing here and make sure my stuff's working okay. That part looks like it's good. That is really weird. Alright, so week 4, playoffs are almost here. What do you think of the minor league situation right now with 4 teams tied for that second wildcard spot?
Yeah, it's exactly what you dream about when you have minor league night. Every game matters going forward for those 4 teams. So, yeah, the race to the last playoff spot is everything right now, and getting that playoff spot can mean the world to a team. You can go from literally on the couch to potential champion. So, should be fun.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to jump right into this here. Let me go ahead and take a look at one thing real
Also,
quick.
shout out to Schoolboy Shu and Shibe for getting on head office. Excited to work with them. Already was working with them for different reasons before, but now I get to work with them on a closer level. So, congrats to those two, and hopefully, we can get some great things coming out of head office.
Absolutely. All right, well, game 1, we're going to get started here with the 66ers versus the Kingpins. Insitter for 66ers is pitching with the 11-5 record, 2.80 ERA versus Ton Gonzalez, 8-9 with a 4.95 ERA. This is the 4th to last series, 16 games left for the minor leagues here, and we're going to be starting off with the matchups, and it looks like 4-2 with 3 ties. So 66ers with the advantage here in batting and in pitching. Starting off with Mo Willis. First pitch.
Here we go. Yeah, Shu, I just ended talking about you just now. Brain said I picked the Kingpins. Did I? I thought I picked you guys. I gotta check.
Well, for some reason I am not getting audio from a couple different sources here. It looks like something is weird with my OBS. Let me take a look here real quick. You can go ahead and grab this first inning for me.
Yeah, making moves here. Looks like bases juice. Oh no, runner on second. Strikeout by Theeks. Alrighty. So 2 outs. Lane. Todd Gonzalez. Lane. It's deep in left field. It's over the wall. So first inning, we already got a 3-0 lead here for the 66ers. Just jumping out in front, getting ahead of things, getting ahead of schedule. And wow, Hummus on the hot seat. What the heck?
There we go. Looks like the audio is working now correctly as we get a base hit here to left field. And that's going to be 2 outs with a runner on second. To the gap on the left side, and runners coming home, and this is going to be a throw, close one, and he's safe. And that puts another one on the board. San Bernardino now up 4-0. Shortstop gets this one, gets the force out, and that'll retire the side. We move now to the bottom of the first. Chicago's up this time. And I had, for some reason, had my Steam Machine audio instead of the Windows desktop, so that's why I was all messed up. But looks like it's working now, as we're going to have a leadoff base here. Well, this one's high and deep to right field. And that one is caught. Runner does not tag. Runner still at first with 1 out. And that brings up Valor. Valor hits the shortstop, and the 6-4-3 double play. That'll retire the side. We move now to the top of the second. 66ers back up, bottom of the lineup with Gonzalez. Gonzalez strikes out looking, and that'll bring us top of the order, hot hitter Willis. Willis, tapper to third base, throws across, gets the out. 2 outs now for Al Bunty. Bunty drops in front of the center fielder, and that'll be a single with 2 outs. And now hard and long. High and deep to center field. It's going to have the distance to be able to be caught. And now retire the side. Bottom of the second now. Chicago coming up. Down by 4. Only 1 hit so far. And a leadoff walk here from Lee. And that'll bring up Parker Beauchamp. Beauchamp, the third base. And he thought about the double play, but runner gets to first. And this is a fly out here to center field. And that'll be out number 2. Runner still at first. 2 outs. And a fly out here to left field. No, in the infield, that is caught. They'll retire the side. Go now to the top of third. San Bernardino up by 4.
Deeks up. We got Hummus Jr. in the background.
Woo.
Hummus Jr. saying what's up to PBE. Oh, stop now. So Kyle Bellinger Jr.'s up. Max's new create. So welcome to your first appearance ever on Minor League Thursday.
Nice.
Myth will come up. Yeah, Myth will come up, and he'll bring in a nice hit, and a run will score 5-0.
There's Max's first run.
Absolute Max all over this stream already. No, he's on second.
Oh.
Yeah. And no throw, so an infield hit. So bases juiced now. San Bernardino, absolute dominant.
Boy.
First game, first grand salami. Jeez. Clip that for sure. 1 out, grand salami, absolute dominant performance. Don't tell Bauer. If he's here, I'm sorry, Bauer. And they're just pouring it on. 1 out rally here for San Bernardino. A single by Willis. Bunty, grounder to the shortstop. They'll get the out at first. Runner on second. Runner in scoring position. And a strikeout. Wow. And so Suzuki will come up for Chicago. Ground out. Chungus trying to get something going, down 9 runs. Anything will help. Stack and paper will walk. So, okay, you got a little something moving here. And a ground to the second baseman. Don't like this. Oh,
wow.
But they only get 1 out. Yeah, fielder's choice. Valor, who's with us tonight. Oh, and the grounder. And he pushes it past the second baseman, scores a run. So they finally score. Now, instead of down 9, they're down 8, 9-1. Shortstop in there with the pop out in the grass. So Kingpin's drawing closer. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Crowbar Theeks, strikeout. What's up, Zach Mouse? What's up, Diesel? Max. Oh, and he lines it out to the shortstop. Beecham there. Myth grounded the first baseman. He's out. So Chicago did all you could there to help yourself out. Down 8. Grounded the second baseman. Out. Zach Mouse, go swallow glass. Grounder. And it's in the outfield, so he gets a 1-out single. No, only runner there. 2 outs now after the strikeout by Matata. And a grounder, and Suzuki will now create 2 runners for Chungus. He's deep in left field. Oh, and Theeks stretches out, makes the grab, saves potentially a couple runs. That's great defense by Theeks. Definitely clip that. Definitely put that in the Tahini top 5. Jim will come up. Uh-oh. This is getting ugly. Leadoff home run. San Bernardino up 10-1. Big Jim. Big bomb. Whew. Gonzalez now. Yeah, you're right, Brain. Defense is everything. You know, as a catcher. And the ground out there. So Willis will come up. Grounder to the second baseman. He's out. Bunty. And they just keep it going. He's having a season. 351 puts his average up now 353. Hard and long. Ground to the shortstop. Oh, and he bobbles it. The error is how hard and long gets on first, and now a grounder for Theeks and fielder's choice there. So 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Chicago down big, down massive, down as big as it can get. Stack and paper. Leadoff single. Stack and paper, probably in the conversation for MVP with those stolen bases plus that average. And he gets a standing stolen base with ease. 40 now on the season. Wow. And Nocio. Oh, and it drops. So he doesn't get the out. Oh, no, he got the out. Nice catch to slide in there, but the runner advanced and the runner scored. But nice catch in right field. Prevented further damage after that single there. So Lee will come up after the Valor single. So Chicago making noise here with 1 out, 2 runners, and Beecham. And he loads the bases up. Bases juiced for Zach Mouse. Goes swallow glass, and it's in. The warning track hits the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. The 3rd run's coming around. And 3 runs score. What an at-bat. Zach Mouse clipped that a 3-run double there to get back in this game. And a grounder to the shortstop. Acuna Matata, infield single. So Chicago making noise. And Acuna Matata, forget about it. He was there before he even thought about it. Suzuki, and he brings home the runner. And the 2nd runner will come. Matata in there standing up. So a 6-run inning with 1 out. Wow. Absolute madness here in Chicago.
Pitching change.
And Big Chungus. Here you go. Here you go, Bauer. Wow. We got a game, folks. Stack of paper. Oh, we definitely got a game. A Nocio homer puts Chicago on top. And it's deep in right field, but the right fielder's there, and the runner will come from 3rd. Suzuki with the run scored and the sacrifice fly by Nocio. So Valor down 2. The grounder, and the runner's out at 2nd. Looked safe. Might want to challenge that if you're Chicago. Definitely worth it to keep that inning going. But San Bernardino now top of the 6th after that wild half inning. Lane out. Bellinger, and it's popped up in left field. Left fielder's there in time. Shive, I don't know. That's minors for you. Like I said, minors pitching. 1 game you're shutting them out for 9 innings. The next game you're putting up 6 and 4 innings. Oh, and Big Jim will ground fielder's choice. So now bottom of the 6th, Chicago down 2 only, taking care of business on the defensive end. The walk there by Lee. Beecham pop out and right. And Zach Mouse, oh my goodness, in center. Oh, but he's out. So 2 outs for Acuna Matata, who struck out Jackson DeMarco. Nice half inning. So San Bernardino still up in this game. Yeah, we got the chat going nuts. This is a big one. This is 2 very active franchises in the minor leagues. Bunty, the grounder.
Oh, boy. Going for 3.
Oh, and the runner will come from 1st. Oh, and he slides in. So runners on the corners here for hard and long. Oh, and it's deep. And looks like he'll bring the runner home on the sac fly. The runner will come home. The throw from center from Ben Stack of Paper, and he's safe.
What a throw, though.
So San Bernardino adding to their lead, 15-13 on his. Chicago only down 3 despite the 3 errors. Deeks, a pop up, and he's out. Kingston up 6-2. That's a surprise for sure. Worst team in the league. And your Dynamo's down 5-2.
Yep.
Suzuki, strikeout looking. So bottom of the 7th here. Can Chicago get back fully into this game? Can they tie it up or take the lead? And an infield pop up here. He's out. Chungus is out. Stack and Paper, who is a monster at the plate. Lines out to the right fielder. So top of the 8th.
And here we go, middle of the lineup. Lane's up now. And that one is over the second baseman's head, and they're going to get a leadoff base hit here for the 66ers. Bellinger Jr. Max hitting line drive right to the shortstop, and that's out number 1. 1 on, 1 out. And pitcher tries to go to second. I don't know if they got him, did they? They did. Runner still at first, so 2 outs. Shortstop makes the play at second. That'll retire the side, and we move now to the bottom of the 8th. Down by 3. Chicago got to get something going here. Near the top of the order, Nocio, Valor, and Lee. Nocio up first, and this looks like it's going to be a fly out to center field, out number 1. Valor this time in almost the exact same play. Fly out to center field. And this one hit to the second baseman, makes a throw to first. 1-2-3 inning for Chicago, top of the 9th now. Here we go, San Bernardino. Can they pad their lead? Already up by 3.
This game's taken a while. You could tell the out-of-town scoreboard.
Right, it's all empty.
Is finito, yeah.
Yeah. Lures out number 1 with the fly out to left field. And this one is hit to the pitcher, throws to first, gets the out. And a
Ivy
tapper
Leaf.
to third baseman. And that's 1-2-3 inning. Last
Nice.
chance.
Ivy Leaf having a good year. 3.48 ERA. Can't complain about that.
Right. Parker Beauchamp. 3 outs remaining. This is a tapper third baseman. Will he beat out the throw? No. And that is out number 1. Zach Mouse. Do the gap in center, and Zach's going to be on with the base hit. One on, one out for Hakuna Matata. Oh, pass ball.
Pass ball.
And runner is going to get to second. Towering shot, left center field. They're going over towards the warning track. Makes the catch. Runner tags, going to third. No direct throw to the third baseman. They're going to be safe. And we're going to get a walk here. And we now have the tying run at the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. And this one's hit towards center field, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to do it. Chicago just coming up short in this one. The final score of 11-8 with the San Bernardino 66ers. 16 hits to 14, 3 errors on the Kingpin side. Looking at our batting here, several pretty decent batters, but we're going to go with Gonzalez for San Bernardino. Only 1 hit and 2 runs with 4 RBIs and a walk. On the pitching end for San Bernardino, in relief, DeMarco getting their 4th win, Tucker their 5th hold, and Bobo Bones their 2nd save. And for Chicago, Gonzalez taking their 8th loss, starting 8-10 now for them. Player of the game is Danny Gonzalez. And that takes us to game number 2. I know.
Uh-oh. Let's do it. First place Swifties, 5-0 win behind You Need to Calm Down. Let's see, 2 for 5 with the Ribby. Not a 3 for 4 game for Hakaka. 3 for 4 for Danny B as well. So nice win. You Need to Calm Down with the win. Wow. Galvin with the loss. And player of the game, You Need to Calm Down. No runs given up, an 8.2. So not Winston came in for the 1-out save, but you need to calm down. Nice game. Let's go Swifties, baby. Woo. What's up, Beebs?
All right, game number 3, the Mounties and the Wheelers. Mounties win this one to score 6-2, 11 hits to 6. On the batting end, we have 3 hits, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs for Kirkby over on the Kingston side, and only 1 multi-hit game. That's for Nichols and Dimes for Anchorage. Pitching-wise for Kingston, Takahashi getting their 1st win of the season. Congrats on that. Brand new acquire from Kingston in the waivers. Law taking their 8th hold, and over on the Anchorage side, Font, Leo Entertainment Font, getting their 6th loss, 7-6 now for them. Player of the game is Orion Kirkby. Game number 4.
You Need to Calm Down is that player's name. It's not my catchphrase. That's a player. That's one of my favorite players too. Go Swifties. Dillo's 5-2 win over the Dynamo. Sorry, I'm starting off 0-1, but it's a long night. Let's see, 9-8 on hits. Wow, 3 for 4 for Hamed. Healthy guard, nice, bro. Let's see. Lagoose will take the loss, gave up 5. Hot Dog Sandwich will get the win. And Hot Dog Sandwich gave up only 2 runs in 6 innings with 9 strikeouts, is your player of the game. So, Dillo. Yeah, Swifties ace, you need to calm down. Go Swifties, though. First place, you already know.
All right, first game of the majors for tonight. We have the Sloss and the Vandal. Sloss winning this one 2-1, 10 hits to 4. On the batting end, RBI from Herb Sessions for San Antonio, 2 hits and an RBI for Ash Dragon. Vancouver pitching, Colby Kidd in relief, getting their 2nd loss, 3-2 now for them. San Antonio, Dugan getting their 6th win in relief, their 5th blown save. Player of the game is Dude Manbro.
The blown save and the win. Interesting. DVS, 7-3 win against Boise. Will go down 3 for 4. James Love, 2 ribbies. Definitely in the MVP scored. We'll go down now. Balkan with the win. Rune with the loss. Give up 6. Balkan gave up 3. And James Love, definitely your player of the game. Wow, having an insane season. Utility hitter.
Right. All right, and that takes us to our next game. The Voyagers and the Aviators. Voyagers win this one getting their 63rd win of the season now, 9-4, 9 hits to 6. Batting wise, we have 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs for Ulysses Rove on the New York side, and 2 hits and 3 RBIs for Esposito for Outer Banks. Pitching for New York, Sievert getting their 11th win. 7.0 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 103 pitches. Morgan their 18th save, and for Outer Banks, Jackson getting their 11th loss, 8-11 for them. Player of the game is Ulysses Rove.
And Florida bats silenced by J.A. Jabs, who made a really cool server today for all of us podcasters in PBE. Wow. Let's see, Mora 2 for 5 with a ribby. 3 ribbies for Speedy Gonzalez. So Krabs feeling themselves here. Jabs, wow. A complete game shutout. That's the Greg Maddux. Complete game shutout. Not just a complete game. You have to get the shutout. Great game by Jabs. Castillo will take the loss, but your obvious player of the game in only 99 pitches. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Definitely in the Cy Young conversation, no question. Congrats.
All right, and that takes us to game number 5, the Stars and the Toros. Stars beating the Toros in this one, scores 6-3, 11 hits to 10. Batting wise, we have a hit and an RBI for Kevin Hunter on the Nashville side, and for Cancun, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs for Carter. Nashville pitching, Baxter getting their 14th loss this season now, 2-14 for them, and for Cancun, Jennifer Tarbington having a pretty decent season so far, 8-6 for them. 7.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 116 pitches, with Amp Dupree getting their 13th save. Player of the game is Jennifer Tarbington.
And the Demons walk it off, get their 30th win against the Root. So let's see, only 8 hits to 5. Went to 10 innings, bottom of the 10th. 3 ribbies, though, for Kyle Bellinger, leadoff hitter. And Mitchell started, but Nian will come in. 5th win now for Detroit. Salchicha will pick up the loss. And Molly Mitchell is your player of the game. No decision, but 10 strikeouts and only 1 earned run.
All right, and that finishes us out for this first sim day. Pulling up the schedule now for day number 2, and it's going to be September the 21st, and it's going to be My Dynamos at the Dillos.
Here we go. Classic matchup here.
And pulling that one up, our featured pitchers for tonight for this one is going to be Herbie Farnworth, 3-5 with a 5.81 ERA, versus C.A. Law, 6-9 with a 5.54 ERA. So similar records, similar ERAs. We'll take a look at the matchups here, and Dillos pretty much all the way down the board except for Johnny Pluto. Distinct advantage here for the Dillos. First up for the Dynamos is going to be Vincent Avon. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, this is a wild card. This is definitely one to pay attention to. For I could see why, because the parity is just too strong right now. The Miners must-see TV.
Oh, and Avon beats out the throw from third base. Avon going for a steal, and he's going to get it. Stolen base number 62. Johnny Tsunami hitting right to the third baseman, out number 1. Avon still on second, going for third. And Avon getting 2 steals at this at-bat. And this one's going to drop for... Oh no! The shortstop catches that one in the outfield, and that makes it 2 outs. Avon's still at third, excuse me. And we're going to get a walk here. Remington Stevens. Runners at the corners. Johnny Pluto. Johnny Pluto, towering shot towards right field, but that does have the height to get underneath it, and he's going to make the catch, leaving 2 runners stranded. We're going to move now to the bottom of the first. Dillos are up, and that's going to start it off with Junie Panda. Junie Panda, top 5 base stealer this season. And that is caught in the center field for out number 1. And a strikeout here for Hamed, and that'll bring up Maggio Como. Maggio Como through the gap in center, just past the shortstop. Runner on, 2 outs. Shortstop gets this one, throws to second baseman, makes the play, and that'll retire the side. We would move now to the top of the second. Dynamo's up again.
You running the Fumble Bumble tonight?
I sure am.
They wanted that on the pass ball earlier. Beebs was disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pitch.
I'll get him on the pass balls too. I've been doing him on the errors specifically, but I guess that is technically an error. And that looked like that hit him. Yes, hit batter here for Spencer. That's going to bring up Leo Bloomfield. Bloomfield to the gap in center, and Spencer thought about going to third, but he stays to second. 2 on, 1 out here. And this is going to be a fly out to right field for new hitter Edwards for the Dynamos, just signed earlier today. Excuse me, last night. And that one is thrown to the second baseman, makes a play, retiring the Dynamos here, and we move now to the bottom of the second. Dillo's up now. Do the gap in center.
They want to preview a fumble bumble.
Oh, you want to preview? Like there you go.
Just played it?
That sure did.
Oh, nice. Dang, shout out to Tacos.
Right. And this one's hit high and deep towards left field, and that one is out of here. A 3-run blast.
Wow.
And that puts the Dillos up 3-0 now. Still no outs.
Ryan Stryker's former player.
And what is this? We got a fight going here? Yeah, wow, first time I've ever seen a brawl.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody clipped this one.
All benches empty.
Here they go.
And the batter and the pitcher are ejected.
Wow.
Wow. We were talking oh my goodness. This is a game, folks. Fight, fight, fight. You know, this is what scripted fighting in sports. You know, these teams obviously don't like each other. Dillo's definitely flashing here, staring at the ball, and these homers. Dallas, not a fan.
And this one's picked up by the second baseman. They make the play at second, but not at first. Runners at the corners, 4-0. And we'll get a strikeout here. And still 2 on, 2 outs, and a walk. That is Juice's based here. And hit out into the foul territory left side, caught, and that retires the side, leaving all 3 stranded. Top of the third now we go. Dynamo's down by 4.
Yeah, my son saw that fight and actually is crying right now. This is absolute chaos here. Minor League Thursday. Strikeout by Tsunami. Obviously, these two teams definitely don't like each other. They may pretend to, but they actually don't. Cloudera pop up in right center. And so Dallas trying to get anything going here. Tried to get fired up after they fought the Dillos there. And a pop out. So nothing doing for Dallas. Bottom of the third, the rough and tough Dillos will single here. And Ruiz, who's Ryan Stryker's former player, will pop out there. So Downey, and it will drop in front of the right fielder. So
wow.
Runner will move to third. Christy Abbott with the Jets. So Ayers, the Colt hitter. Oh, this is deep. But the center fielder's there in left center. Runner will tag.
Look at that throw.
Runner will score. As good of a throw as you can get there, deep in the left center. Amos Jr. wants to stop the violence. Oh, what a sliding catch. Dallas gets with the defense. Cloudera, who's been making plays all season in center, and definitely in the conversation for Gold Glove for center fielders in the minors. Pluto will ground it to the shortstop, and he's out. Otis Wallace now. Otis will ground, and again, shortstop getting some action while my son's getting a diaper change. Spencer, strikeout. So Hamed will come up, grounder into center field, and a single. So the Dillos just doing everything they want today. This will pop up in left center, Magiacomo. Runner thought about it, but Dover, will walk. Trochenberg.
Pitching change.
Number 5 hitter. Oh, a pitching change. Colin Lassie's in here for Dallas now. Strikeout by Abbott. So Dallas will come up top of the 5th, and Bluefield grounded out there. Edwards hasn't gotten a hit yet this year. Will pop up and out in right field. Looks like you said he was a new ad.
Mm-hmm. We just signed him last night.
Vince Vaughn. Nice. Congratulations on Edwards for making an appearance. Hopefully, and that first hit happens on stream. We love to see that here on Minor Thursday. Ruiz having a good season will pop out to the left fielder. Downey, the grounder to the first baseman, and he's out. So Ayers, the cold hitter, strikeout. So Colin Lassie has come in. Maybe could have got subbed in earlier. Who knows? Tsunami will ground out. Cloudera, who made that really nice sliding catch in center, will strike out. So Remington Stevens will ground it and will ground out. Dallas needs to wake up. Yes, sir. Junie Panda strikeout. Hamed. Oh, and he rips one into left field for a single. Halfigar, Matt Giacomo, grounder to the baseman. 1 out, 2 outs. The double play, Dallas. That's what you want to see to get some life back in your team here. You're down big though. Down big. Tall order for Pluto now. Pluto, easy pop out to the center fielder. So Otis Wallace, the strikeout. Spencer, the hot hitter, and he continues his hot streak, gets the 2-out single. Bloomfield now. Oh, and he cracks one to the second baseman, but easy out there. So bottom of the 7th, Dillos absolutely dominating after that brawl earlier. If you missed it, we had the pitcher and catcher going at each other. They both got ejected. Absolute chaos earlier. Drachenberg grounded the third baseman. He's out. So Christy Abbott, Colin Lassie's still in. Oh, and he gives up the walk. So first kind of let up there. New pitcher now, Max Steele. Max Steele grounder. Oh, and it gets past the second baseman. Oh, runner will go to third. But that throw from Edwards, welcome to the PBE. The brand new create jumps in the Dallas roster and makes a beautiful throw to gun the runner out in the inning. Top of the 8th.
And here we go, Dynamos, and we've already got 2 strikeouts here as Johnny Tsunami comes up. Tsunami, line drive to right field, that is caught. Retiring the side, 3 outs remaining now for the Dynamos, down by 5. Haven't scored a run yet. Dillos, and this is going to go to the gap in center, and that's going to be a base hit here for Downey. Old hitter Ayers now. Ayers, Tapper, third baseman. And no play, holds onto the ball, and that's going to be an infield single. And this one over the shortstop's head. Runner thought about going, and we have Juice's base now. And the pass ball, which means a fumble bumble.
Fumble.
And a strikeout here. 2 on, 1 out. To the gap, this could score 2. Here comes the second one in the throw. And he's safe. And Dillos put 2 more on the board. 8-0.
The D in Dillos stands for dominant.
And a strikeout here. Finally 2 outs. Runner on first. Drill to the third baseman. Goes to second. Makes the play. Retires the side. Dallas down by 8. 3 outs remaining.
Wow.
I've seen him do this before though, so we'll see. Cloudera starting us off here, and Cloudera line drive to the right fielder, out number 1. Remington Stevens. Oh, almost past the second baseman, but they were able to make the play, out number 2. Last chance here. Johnny Pluto. And that's going to be a fly out to center field, and the Dillos are going to shut out the Dallas Dynamos, score of 40. Record now 43 of 43 for the Dillos. They are now at 500. This one was 8-0, 13 hits to 3. On the pitching end for, batting end for Dallas, only 2 hits there, 3 hits, over on the other side though, Matt Giacomo, 2 hits and 2 RBIs for the Dillos. Pitching for Dallas, Herbie Farnworth taking their 6th loss, 3-6 for them. On the other side, Dillos complete game win by C.A. Law, 7th win of the season, 7-9, 9.0 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 101 pitches. C.A. Law, your player of the game. John Ross and Herbie Farnworth were ejected in the 2nd inning for igniting a bench-clearing brawl. So Herbie, in his featured start for the season, gets thrown out in the 2nd inning.
You know, the tension definitely rises when the moment big in baseball. So,
Right.
wow, we had a 13-inning game here. Probably a good thing we didn't get to catch that. Because look at that, 4 runs scored in the 11th combined between both teams. Let's see. Wow, 7 at bats for Nochio, 7 at bats for 3 hitters there. 3 RBIs for Matata. We'll go down now to pitchers. What a wild game we had here. Let's see. Al Capone, the bot gets the win. Right Nut, the bot gets the loss. Acuna Matata, who I mentioned with those 3 ribbies, is your player of the game. So, these games, it's towards the end of the season. Nobody wants to lose. Look at that, 4 runs scored between both teams in the 11th. That's team baseball right there.
And that takes us to our next game, the Swifties and the Hepcats. And Swifties winning this one a score of 5-1, giving the Hepcats a rare loss. They're at 52-34 now. 2 errors to 1. Batting wise, we have 3 hits and an RBI over on the State College side for Danny B. And for Kansas City, only one here is Torrent with a hit, run, and RBI. I'm guessing is a home run. It sure is. Pitching for State College, Tam getting their 4th win, 4-7 now for them, 7.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, 94 pitches, and the loser is Hammersmith for Kansas City, 8-5 now for them. Player of the game is Casey Tam.
Wow. And the Wheelers, geez Louise, they scored 7 runs in the last 2 innings after only having a run going into the 8th. So Diesel not happy in the chat here tonight. Wheelers, though, big win at home in a tight playoff race. We talked about it earlier. Let's see, 2 ribbies for Sanchez, Finelli, and Fisher. So nice teamwork by the Wheelers. Masawa started, but George Washington Crab will get the win. Law and Benson, wow, the loss and the blown save. Johnny Shining, though, starter for Kingston, did everything he could, did his part. 7.2, 2 runs given up, 4 strikeouts, only a walk. So nice game by Johnny Shining, but Anchorage, the late inning heroics, as we love to see on Thursday nights, get the win.
And that brings us now to the majors. First game for the evening is the Scorpions versus the Raptors. Scorpions winning this one in extra innings with the walk-off. Second baseman James Love facing Walter White had a run-scoring walk. So a walk-off walk here to bring the Scorpions in and win the game. Bottom of the 10th, 8 hits to 9. Batting-wise, we have 2 runs and 3 hits for ESO on the Boise side. And for Death Valley, 3 hits and a walk for LaFabre. Pitching-wise for Boise, in relief, Detective Wooloo getting their 3rd loss. And for Death Valley, Brass Lemon, their 6th win and 3rd blown save. Player of the game is Shane Green.
Yeah, I think they were predicted to be 3rd overall, Scorpions. I thought that was interesting, too. Caught that after the season started, though, the over-on. Demons get the win 7-3 again. So back-to-back wins here for Detroit. 2 ribbies for Gladiator, 3 for Law Jr. Nice day at the plate for Law Jr. Spruce gets the win, 3-3. McDougal, the epic pitcher we talked about this season, gave up 24 runs and gave up 0 runs 2 weeks later. Law Jr., though, is your player of the game for Detroit. So back-to-back wins here. Getting crazy here, end of the season.
And look at this, Aviators with the upset win here over the Voyagers in 12 innings with the walk-off. Pepper Morgan on the mound for New York. Second baseman Tom Shue hit a dramatic solo home run, bringing Aviators fans to their feet. So with the walk-off home run, Aviators win this one. Bottom of the 12th, 5-4. Batting-wise, we have 2 hits and 3 RBIs for Hunter Harrison for New York. And over on the Outer Banks side, run, 2 hits and 2 RBIs with a walk for Shue. Pitching for New York in relief, Cillian O'Sullivan getting their 3rd hold, Graves their 1st blown save, and Morgan their 2nd loss. And for Outer Banks, Washington getting their 2nd win, 2-0 now in the season for them. Player of the game is Colvin Fairborn.
Vandal Sloss get the win. Sloss now, their winning streak moves to 5. So playing hot baseball at the end of the year. Look at Sandberg, 4 ribs, 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and a walk. Wow. So, and wait, go up one more time. Yeah, Camden too. Geez, 4 for 5, 4 runs scored in a ribby. So bottom of the order, bottom half of the order, doing really well. Daring gave up 5 runs and gets to win. You're lucky. Gave up 8 runs. Sandberg is your player of the game for San Antonio. Nice game for the slots bets. Those 2 batters in specific.
And that takes us to game number 5, the Crabs and the Space Rangers. Crabs winning this one, the score of 1-0, a 4-hit shutout over the Space Rangers. Very low hitting game here. We have 2 hits and an RBI for Dowd over on the Providence side. Pitching, Barack Obama with the win here, their 10th win of the season, 7.0 innings pitched, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 110 pitches. Shower Handle the 4th, their 12th hold, and Arcados Garcia, their 12th save. And for Florida, Busternut taking their 7th loss. Player of the game is Busternut, and the losing effort, 8.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 14 strikeouts, and 114 pitches.
Multi-home run game for Steele, 8-3 win. Went 3 for 4 with 2 bombs and a walk. Definitely our best batter. Nice win for the Toros. Carsey gets the win, 3 runs given up. Tokiyami will pick up the loss. Steele, mentioned that earlier. Amazing day at the plate, is your player of the game. So towards the end of the season, this is the perfect time to start picking up and playing some good baseball. Nice game by Steele.
And that takes us to... Yes, that was it, yeah. All of our games for today. The 21st, we're going to pull up the schedule here and take a look at the next one. That's going to be the 22nd for the Swifties versus the Hepcats.
Here we go.
And a game
Swifties
with some
already
major
won a couple games in this series.
Let's take a look here. Swifties and Hepcats. I'm on the wrong one here. Here we go. Swifties taking the lead right now in the division. 45 wins, and Hepcats 52 now, only 8 games back from 66ers with 14 games to go. So, still mathematically possible. 66ers needed a heck of a run to take the division there, but the amazing story here is that the Swifties are already 3 games up on the next team, the Kingpins. So we're going to get started here with this one.
Love to see it.
Right?
Finally.
The heck? Oh, I'm on the wrong. There we go. And looking at the pitching here, we have Remy Ratatouille, 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA record. I believe that was a new sign-up just in the past couple days. Somebody's Recreate. Whose Recreate is that? Anybody know? And Dreams Nelson. This was another Recreate here. I believe this one is Moonlight, if I'm not... Yeah, Caltroit Red Frames. That's right.
Yeah.
And so 2 brand new pitchers on the mound here together for this game. This is going to be pretty interesting here. Looking at the lineups, we have 5 Hepcats, 3 Swifties, and 1 ties. So Hepcats with the advantage. And even though they're both brand new pitchers,
Dreams is here with us in the chat, about to watch his debut. Welcome to the PBE.
Welcome, Dreams. And you're going to be getting started here with Haywood Dinkel coming up first at bat. So
interesting caveat here. No for the batters on either player. They literally just were formed from a machine recently. So not much tape to work off of for the batters here.
And this one's looking like it's going to be a flyout to left field. That one is caught. Runner at first. 1 out. McCuller. And that one is caught by a third baseman in the infield, and that is out number 2. Runner still at first. And this one's a tapper. Catcher grabs that one, throws to first base. Leaves the runner stranded, but they retired the side. And now we're moving to the bottom of the first. Kansas City up. This time, Remy Ratatouille taking the mound. And just like the other pitcher, Dreams before him, had a leadoff walk, but this time we have 2 walks in a row here. Getting into dangerous territory. Taters coming up. Taters. And this looks like a flyout to left center field. Center fielder's there for that one. Runner tags up, goes to third. Runner's at the corners now, 1 out. And this one's drilled towards left field. This one's going towards the fence, and that is out of here. A 3-run blast. Scott Scott getting the 3-run shot here and putting Kansas City up on the board early. And this one's a towering shot to center field. That one looks like it's going to be caught. Out number 2. And the first baseman throws the pitcher, gets the out, but Kansas City gets 3 on the board there with the home run. And we move now to the top of the second. Hit towards pretty deep right field. That one is caught though, and now Haka. Right fielder getting more of a work of this one towards the gap, but he's able to catch that one. Out number 2. And a shot to the third baseman, throws across, gets the out. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the second we go now. Bottom third of the order for the Hepcats. And this one's going to be an infield flyout here for Alderson. That'll bring up Marksman. Marksman hitting to the third baseman, throws across, gets out number 2. And Howard. Tapper in the infield, pitcher grabs that one, throws across. 1-2-3 inning. Top of third we go. Hepcats up by 3.
All right, Swifties. Down 3 here. Hepcats jump out in front. And Jimbo in left center, he'll pop out. So Dreams Nelson having a dream start so far. Humongous in left field, a deep one, but he's out. So Dreams getting outs here. Dinkle, another pop out. So Dreams hard to handle here. Swifties have no hit. Not to jinx it, but we'll go to the bottom of the third now. Hepcats with their lone hit and their 3 runs. Rose, leadoff hitter, and we'll get a leadoff single. Yes, sir, Dreams. I see you in the chat. Colvin, he puts it past the first baseman. So the runner will move to third, standing up. So Ratatouille looking shaky here, and the blast by Taters absolutely dropped that ball 371 feet. Hepcats now up 6-0. I think I actually picked the Hepcats. I'm going to do a quick check. Yep, did. So 0-2 going into this game for my picks on the night. So nice to see a little lead here, but nothing's safe here on minor league night. We saw that earlier.
Right.
Where San Bernardino almost let Chicago come all the way back. Torrent will pop up and get the single there. Hodge. Hepcats absolutely working right now. Ladelfa already in relief. And a grounder from Alderson to the shortstop. It's a slow roller. And the throw, he's out. Wow. What a play by the shortstop to get there and make the tough throw. So Dreams will come back on the mound. We'll get the first out. Dreams have you love to see it. You want to see this continue. Ooh, he beans the batter there. We going to see our second brawl? Maybe. Dominguez. Dreams. But he couldn't make the accurate throw. The error there, trying to throw to first. So Hakaka will pop up deep at the warning track, but the center field is there. So Swifties can't get anything going here. Hepcats will ground it to the shortstop and get the out. Duff's like, hey, bro. and Chase Howard will pop up. Shive said, what are we doing? Checking out this out-of-town scoreboard. Rose will put it in center, and a nice sliding catch. Smooth operator there is Sir Dr. Javier Dominguez Jr. You say his full name when he makes a play like that. So Danny B will come up and get a leadoff single. Fly out, sorry. Fly out and pop out, my fault. Jimbo will ground out to the first baseman, so runner third here. Mungus in left center. Will the runner go? Runner will go, and the throw from left, he's safe. Nice base running there. So Dinkle will come up. Dinkle, and he pops it up, and the second baseman almost collided with the there in the grass. That would have been interesting. Colvin walked. Taters gets a single there. 2 runners now. Scott grounded the shortstop, 1 out, and they don't make the throw at first. So Torrent. And this is deep in left center. It's up there. Fly out, and the center fielder will throw it to the relay, the cutoff man. And now the Hepcats take a 7-1 lead. And Hodge with 2 outs. Runners on first and second now. Thank you, Zach Mouse. Ground to the pitcher, and he's out. So Alderson grounds out to end the inning. Top of the 6th, Swifties down big, down as big as possible. Dreams having a dream start, but a leadoff single for Drozdov will bring up McCollum, the first place Swifties here. And he bloops it in front of the left fielder. So 2 runners for Dub City, who's with us tonight. And he grounds to the second baseman. They'll get the first out. They'll get the second out. Double play. So 2 outs for Dominguez Jr., and he'll walk. Hakaka, runners on the corners. Strikes out looking. Dreams absolutely dominating right now. Ladelfa in relief is doing really well too. Gets the strikeout. Howard will ground out. So Rose will put it past the infield into center field for a 2-out single. Colvin, strikeout. So Ladelfa, the reliever, who's dominating. Danny B will strike out. So Jimbo, strikeout. Mungus gets the 2-out single. Nice piece of hitting there. Moves his average to 283. Dinkle. On the runner will go. The hit and run. Doesn't matter, though. They get the out at first. Pitcher, easy play. So bottom of the 7th, Hepcats dominating. Sandy Taters, wow, and he puts it to the outfield, to the wall. It's a standing double. Nice power there. So Sean Scott, who homered earlier, will ground it to the third baseman. Out. So 1 out, runner on second for Torrent. Strike 3, Rance Grisselman in relief. And Dylan Hodge, he puts it in center field. And the runner will come from second. The runner will score.
Wow.
So, wow, Hepcats dominating. Doing everything they want here. The runner thought about going. Pitcher caught him sleeping. Grisselman, the heads-up play, gets out of that jam. So, top of the 8th, here we go.
And Drozdov going to lead us off here. Drozdov with the fly ball towards right field. That is caught for out number 1. McCollum now. McCollum towering shot left side. This one could be out of here, way up there. And that is a single run blast. 423 feet on that one. And it makes the score now 8-2. Swifty's trying to get something going here. And that one is caught at the wall. To the gap on the right hand side, and that will be a base hit. 1 on 2 outs here for Haka hitting to the third baseman, gets the easy out at second. That'll retire the side, but Swisties get another one on the board. 8-2 now. And bottom third of the order for the Hepcats, Mr. Robot is going to start us off with a leadoff walk. Strikeout here for Marksman, and that'll bring up cold hitter Howard. Howard takes a walk as well, and we have 2 on now with just 1 out. Top of the order, Rose striking out. 2 outs now for Colvin, Tyler Colvin. And this one could score one here. Throw to home, and he's safe, and Tyler Colvin gets the RBI single. Makes the score now 9-2. Towards the gap, left side, but it does have the height. He gets underneath it, makes the play, leaves 2 runners stranded. Top of the 9th now, down by 7. Last 3 outs remaining for the Swifties. And that's a good way to start here as Danny B gets on base.
Here we go, come on.
Jimbo. And save. And, oh no, they got the runner at first. Runner at second goes back. Shortstop makes a play. Out number 2. Last chance here. And Dinkle hits a shot towards center field. That one is caught, but that will do it as the Hepcats win this one with the score of 9-2 over the Swifties. 11 hits to 7, even with 2 errors on the Hepcat side as well. Batting wise, we have 2 hits and an RBI from McCollum. And on the Kansas City end, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs for Taters. State College pitching, Ratatouille in their first debut takes their first loss. And over on Kansas City, Nelson getting their first win of their career. So congratulations to both pitchers with their first showing in the minor leagues. And that leaves us our player of the game, and that is Sandy Taters.
I don't know why Dreams didn't get it. That's not fair. But congrats to Dreams. First start, dominant performance. Wheelers take down the Mounties. Another late game heroic win by Anchorage. Some late game madness back to back. Let's see, 3 for 4 for Twift, 3 ribbies for Will Fisher, Hydra. So we'll go down now to the pitchers. Wow, a lot of pitchers used here, 4 total. Carlton will get the Benson, the loss and the blown save, and Billy Greer, starter for Kingston. The starters for Kingston get players of the game, but the relief pitching has been a little suspect. Billy Greer is your player of the game.
And that takes us to game number 3, the 66ers and the Kingpins. Kingpins winning this one to score of 12-4 over the 66ers. 26 hits total in this matchup. 3 hits and 2 RBIs for Theeks over on the San Bernardino side. 3 runs, 5 hits, and an RBI for Lee for Chicago. Pitching wise for San Bernardino, Miller taking their 8th loss. Smoochie Dart for Chicago getting their 8th win. And player of the game is Keith Lee.
Dynamos back-to-back wins. Justin Sims, starting pitcher. Nice game for Justin Sims. We'll check out the batters here. 3 hits for Vincent Avon, but nothing really doing batting-wise. We'll go down now. Sims gets the win. Lasova, will pick up the loss. Justin Sims, 1 run given up, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts is your player of the game. So nice win to go climbing back to 500 for Justin Sims.
And no majors games for today, and that finishes us up for the 22nd. And now the 23rd, our last game of our first series, and that's going to be the Mounties versus the Wheelers.
Got the Wheelers in that one. So I'm 1-2. Pick the 66ers and the Dynamos. So wait, those 66ers won the first game, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 2-1. Never mind.
2-1.
Wow. Looking good. So
all right.
Yeah, let's see it.
Well, let's see here. For the Mounties pitching, we're going to have Jeffrey Murphy Jr., 5-12 with a 4.76 ERA versus King George III. Another new sign-up, several new waivers players coming through in the past couple days. That's good to see. A lot of them getting their first starts here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the matchups. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 4 with a 5 to no 2, 3, 4 4 to 4 with the ties. So we've got even batting here and a slight advantage with the Mounties pitcher. So Mounties with the defensive advantage. We're going to get started here with Jerry Jingles coming up to play first. King George III with their first pitch, and this one's going to be a flyout to right field for out number 1. This one hit right to the first baseman, out number 2, and that'll bring up Del Olmo. Del Olmo through the gap in center, and that's going to be a base hit with 2 outs. And now hot hitter Kirkby hitting .301 with 58 RBIs. And Kirkby gets a walk, and now Chili Gravy. And pass ball, we're going to get a fumble bumble here as we get a pass ball. Runners advance. This one past the shortstop. That's going to be a RBI going for 2. And the 2 RBI double here from Chili Gravy, putting Kingston on the board. This one hit right to the second baseman, makes a play. That'll retire the side, leaving a runner stranded, but Kingston gets started early here. Now leads it 2-0, bottom of the first. Wheeler's chance. And this one is hit right over the second baseman's head, and Stein's going to start us off with a leadoff base hit. Will they go for stolen base number 18? No. Strikeout here. And infield fly out to the shortstop, out number 2. Runner still at first. They check the runner. And a walk here brings 2 on base now with 2 outs for J Doctor. J Doctor towards center field, and that is caught near the warning track, and that'll retire the side. Takes us now to the top of second. Kingston still up by 2. And a base hit up the middle, and Rose starts us off with a... And here we go, Peter Dawson Jr. Peter Dawson Jr. Look at this, Peter Dawson going for the double. Peter is safe.
Wow.
Diesel J is new. Peter Dawson Jr. getting it done here. And a pass ball, fumble bumble. And that's going to score a runner. Peter Dawson moving to third. And walk, and that's runners at the corners. No outs. Deep in the outfield for the shortstop, having to go past the infield track. And runner safe at second. That scores another run. This one a tapper shortstop. Did they get the play at first? They did. 2 on, 1 out. And a strikeout here from Del Olmo. Hot hitter Kirkby. 2 runners in scoring position, and they're going to strike out, leaving the runner stranded. Bottom of the second we go. Kingston up by 4 now. And a leadoff walk here for the Wheelers. And a fly out to center field for out number 1. Hit to the third baseman. They get 1, and they get 2. The 5-4-3 double play. That'll retire the side, and it takes us now to top of third. Kingston up by 4.
Kingston up 4. We're talking about chili gravy, whether it's good food. Honestly, I don't know. I know Snusu is European. I wonder if that's actually there. LaFleur. Oh, and he's going for 2. And he's safe. Wow. Didn't look like he was going to go, and he decided to go. Rose, strikeout. And yes, Shibe, the Kingpins are going to win the next game. Oh, and the ground out. So 3 outs there. 4-0 still up. Kingston. That was Dawson Jr. there. The walk for Powers. Stein, back-to-back walks here for Jeffrey Murphy Jr. Getting a little crazy. Oh, and he puts it past the second baseman. So the runner will come from second and will score with the slide. So Nicholson dimes. Wow. Cracks it deep in right center, but right fielder's there. Flies out, and the runner moves to third. Philip Stein, the fast runner. Sanchez will pop it up in left. Stein,
Huh.
The left fielder with the gun, Tyler Hills, clipped that. That's how you end the inning, with a nice double play. Wow, what a throw. Get wrecked, Lols. Chat going nuts on that one, yeah? Love to see it. Defense, man. Hey, as a pitcher, you love to see great defense. Hills, and he grounds it. They get the out at second. Oh, and he's safe at first. So 1 out, runners on the corners for Del Olmo. Be on fire. Hey, they'll load the bases up with that walk. So chili gravy. I don't know if that's a tasty dish, but at the dish, can you do something? And in left center, and he flies out with bases loaded with 2 outs. So Kingston's still up 4-1, though. J Doctor, grounder to the first baseman. He's out. So Finelli grounded the shortstop, slow roller, and Finelli's got the speed, gets there in time, safe. So, wow, Will Fisher grounds it to a double play. Nice defense by Kingston. Didn't look like they were going to get it, but good chemistry there, late in the season chemistry. LaFleur, slow roll to the pitcher. He's out. Rose, the center fielder, grounded to the shortstop. He's out. So Dawson Jr., who we saw earlier, was making noise, strikes out. So Joe Burrow, who will be making his first start in football this Sunday, Powers will come up after the Burrow ground out. Oh, and Powers, wow, that got out of here quickly in left field, opposite field home run. Nice home run by the 9-hitter, the solo shot. So climbing back in this game is the Anchorage Wheelers. So Philip Stein will pop out to the second baseman. Twift will strike out. So Blonde will ground to the shortstop. He's out. So Jerry Jingles hitting 319 out of the leadoff. Jingles continues his nice season. 36 ribbies, 15 bombs, and 321 average. Hills strikeout. So Del Olmo strikeout. So Hills said he wasn't happy about that call. It's really tense here on minor league night. Last minor league night of the season. Dimes. Oh, wow, the third baseman. Peter Dawson Jr. with the gun from third. The hot corner. Sanchez will bloop it into right field for the single. Doctor slow roll to the pitcher. They'll get the out at second, but they won't make the throw at first. No relay throw. Finelli, and forget about it. He's safe. 6 stolen base. Strikeout. So Jeffrey Murphy Jr., nice outing so far. Danielson will come still in the game. Strikeout by Kirkby. Gravy will pop up and fly out in right field. LaFleur. Oh, and he'll walk. Rose. This is in right field. The right fielder's there. So bottom of the 7th, Anchorage brings up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Anchorage down a couple runs. And Will Fisher, this is in the warning track goodness, warning track power, but he's out. Joe Burrow, strikeout. So Powers had that solo shot. Oh my goodness, he's on fire. 2 homers. Wow, what a shot to come down now. Only a run. Anchorage. Wow, I'm speechless. Solo shot with 2 outs. The 9-hitter having a night. Stein. Dead center, too. Yep, furthest part of the ballpark. And it rolls to the shortstop, and he gets the out. So Twift grounds out. DJ Law in relief, and the Mounties only for the 8th.
Here we go. And a leadoff strikeout here for Peter Dawson Jr. 1 out now for number 9 hitter Bland. Strikeout for them as well, and Jingles up, top of the order. Jingles hit right to the second baseman, and that is out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for the Mounties. Wheeler's chance now, middle third of their order. And that's going to drop over the second baseman, Nichols and Dimes. Oh, whoa, they threw him out a second, getting greedy.
Yep. Wow.
And a strikeout here from Sanchez, and now J-Doctor.
The LGM's like, what the Yeah. That was interesting base running. Don't know what he was thinking.
And this one hit towards left field, and that's a fly out number 3. Last 3 outs here for both teams. Kingston up first, up by 1, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit here for Hills. Del Olmo coming on. 1 on, no outs. And we'll get a fumble bumble here, as that is a pass ball. Runner moving to second. And that one's a base hit towards right field. Runners at the corners now, no outs.
Wow.
And that drops for base hit, and Kirkby getting an RBI single here. Runners at first and second, still no outs. And finally a strikeout here from Chili Gravy and now LaFleur. Kingston up by 2, and that's a line drive to left fielder. 2 outs now. Rose right to the first baseman, runs over, makes a tag, leaves 2 stranded, and here we go. Down by 2. Anchorage. Bottom of their order, Finelli, Fisher, and cold hitter Burrow. Finelli, line drive to shortstop, and he makes the play at first, out number 1. This one hit the second baseman, and that is out number 2. Last chance here. Burrow hits right to shortstop, throws across, makes the play, and that's going to do it, as the Kingston Mounties are able to hang on here and win this one over the Wheelers, a score of 5-3, 10 hits to 7. Looking at the batting here, we have a hit and an RBI for Chili Gravy on the Kingston side, and for Anchorage, 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs for Papa Powers. Kingston pitching. Jeffrey Murphy Jr. getting their 6th win, Law their 10th hold, and Throwing Bud their first save. And for Anchorage, King George III getting their first loss for Anchorage. And player of the game is going to be Papa Powers.
Just want to make a note. We're at 51 viewers. But I've been keeping track. This is, I think, our best night of the week. Thank you for everyone for tuning. Oh, and then we just got a bunch of people drop out after bragging about that. So I appreciate the funniness there. Dillos win 9-3, 5-game win streak. So Dynamo's falling apart here at the end of the season. Not what you want to see from your own team there. 3 ribbies though for Drakenberg, 3 ribbies for Abbott. So absolute nice day at the plate, those middle of the order. And wow, Morgan, complete game, 3-inning outing. Steven started, but Brown will pick up the loss for Dallas. Christy Abbott, who I mentioned, 3 ribbies, is your player of the game. The Drinkies Cast Dillo Dome. Check out the most recent Drinkies Cast. Jay Jabs is definitely, in my opinion, the best podcaster in PBE. Has a very professional approach. So definitely worth the listen for 40 minutes.
All right, that takes us to our next game, the Hepcats and the Swifsteeds. And Hepcats win this one to score 3-1, 8 hits to 5. Batting wise, we have 2 hits for Dominguez Jr. Over on the Kansas City end, 2 RBIs for Alderson. Pitching for State College, Jimmy Leathershoe taking their 5th loss, 7-5 now for them. For Kansas City, Michael Jodan, their 9th win. Richard, their 4th hold, and El Charo, their 14th save. Player of the game is Michael Jodan. Their 9th win. Richard, their
Jodan GOAT.
Pop-ups over here. That's what it was. There we go. And now to game number 4, and that would be this one.
Kingpins, 66ers. Kingpins, wow. Matching the record of the San Bernardino 66ers, both dead even at 44 and 44. Dave Mann had a nice day at the mound. Let's see. We'll go down. Beecham, 1 for 4 with a bomb. So definitely your best batter of the game. We'll go down now to the pitchers. Mann, wow. Dave Mann gets the win. Daly gets the loss. Dave Mann is definitely your player of the game. No runs given up, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Wow. Nice game. Kingpins, here we go. End of the season. It's getting testy out there for sure.
All right, and that finishes us off for the minors, and that takes us to the majors now. And first game is the Sloss and Scorpions. Sloss taking this one with the 61st win now of the season, 9-1, 11-3 on the hits. 2 hits for Smitty Springfield on the Death Valley side, and for San Antonio, we have 2 hits and 3 RBIs for John Camden. Pitching-wise for Death Valley, Harry Styles getting their 5th loss. For San Antonio, Ryan Rose, their 12th win, 7.10 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 105 pitches, and player of the game is Ryan Rose.
Space Rangers win at Boise 4-2. Colton Kai, nice game at the mound at the Windsor Express Station. Let's see, 2 ribbies for Hilmer, 2 ribbies for Thomas for Boise. So we'll go down now to the pitchers. Bisquick will pick up the loss, only gave up a run. Kai will pick up the win, and Pozo with the save, having a sick year as a closer, 16th now. Kai, player of the game, moving his record to 5-15. No runs given up, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks only.
All right, and that takes us to game number 3, which is our Vandals versus the Toros, and Vandals getting their 51st win finally. Score of 4-3, just barely beat out on this one. They were tied in the bottom of the 9th, and Vandals, Amp Dupree had, Chris King had a chance to end it. Cancun pitcher Amp Dupree had other ideas, but with 1 out, King drew a walk, driving in 1 run. The Vandals had the win. So Chris King with the walk-off walk here. Batting wise, nice. 2 hits for both Hood and Gibbles on the Vandal side. For Cancun, hit and 2 RBIs for Lightning Bolt. Pitching for Cancun, Amp Dupree in relief gets their 3rd loss. For Vancouver, Colby Kidd their 3rd hold, Digger Jr. their 2nd hold, and Dolomite their 1st first regular season win of the season and first blown save. Player of the game is Brent Lomu.
Good outing from Brent. Slothface Voyagers 3-1 win. Definitely your darling of the league. 64 wins now. Having an amazing year out of the East. We'll check out. Let's see, batting wise. No one really had any multi-ribbies, but 2 for 4 and for Rove, 2 for 3 for Strobel, and got substituted in. We'll check that out later. Slothface gets the Young gets the loss for Detroit. Slothface, your player of the game, looks like he just got subbed in. So after having a nice day at the plate, I guess maybe getting some rest, Skyfish, probably one of his best games of the year. So New York, nice win.
And that takes us to game number 5, the Crabs and the Rougarous, and Crabs winning this one, score of 4-3, 7 hits and 1 error for both teams. Excuse me. Multi-hit games here from Slithery Sneck and Beauregard. And on the Providence side, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 RBIs for Rusty Kuntz. Pitching for New Orleans, Grover Walkenfuss, a complete game loss here. 8.0 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 118 pitches versus Nate Pearson getting their 13th win, and Urquidez Garcia, their 13th save. Pearson, 7.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, 107 pitches, and that makes them your player of the game.
Stars sneak past the Aviators, 5-4. Whoa. Bottom of the 15th, Svanberg, walk-off run-scoring single versus the reliever Hank McDank. So nice win for Nashville. No runs scored at all in extras until the 14th where both teams scored. Walker Cato gave his best shot, but Nashville picks up the win. 3 hits for Geist and a ribby. And that's your best batter. So we'll go down now to pitching. Johnson started, but Lucas St. Brown will pick up the win, and McDank will pick up the loss. Johnson blew the save for Outer Banks. And Cato, the starter for the losing team, is your player of the game. 2 runs in 7 innings with 7 strikeouts. So nice day at the mound, but his team couldn't help him out there. Nashville, nice win in deep extra innings. We've seen a lot of that this season.
And that's going to do it for today's Sims for September 23rd. Pulling up the calendar now, we are at the 24th, and we have 2 days of PBE Quick Sims coming up. So we're going to go ahead and advance to the first day and just confirm here no minors matches. That is correct, and that starts us with game number 1, Rougarous and the Crabs. Rougarous winning this one, a score of 5-4. Both teams getting 2 runs in the bottom of in the 9th inning, but it was not enough as Rougarous hang on. 11 hits to 10. Looking at batting, we have hit and 2 RBIs from Cook on the New Orleans side, and 2 hits and an RBI from Danny Chiggins Jr. for Providence. Pitching for New Orleans, Coco McQueen gets their 8th win, 8-13 now for them. Pleasance their 6th hold, and Salchicha the 3rd save. For Providence, Jose 43 gets their 8th loss, and player of the game, Coco McQueen. 6.0 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 125 pitches.
Zach Mouse works at a casino as PBE. Sloths get the win at home against the Scorpions. Sloths now on a 7-game win streak. They're picking up here for the Sloths as we get towards the end of the season. Zach Mouse got 5 bets alive. That's hilarious. 4 ribbies for Ash Dragon. Wow. Nice day at the plate. Flowers got the start. Slim Dugan, 1/2 of D&D gets the win. Barker will pick up the loss, but nice day. Only gave up, we'll give up 4. I thought that was okay. So Ash Dragon, though, those 4 ribbies is your player of the game at the Treehouse. So nice day for the Sloths. Nice streak pushing along here.
Here we go, game number 3, the Voyagers and the Demons. Voyagers getting win number 65 now in the season. Score of 20-8. 34 hits in this one and 2 errors on the Demon side. All right, so let's take a look here. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an RBI for Gaelic Gladiator. And over on the New York side, wow, look at these. Several 3-hit games. Menard, Harrison, Tentacion, Rove, Rivers, Stevenson, and down at the very bottom, Nakia as well. But the best one out of all these looks like it's going to be Hunter Harrison, who had 3 runs, 3 hits, and 5 RBIs. What a batting nightmare here for these other teams having to worry about New York. Just amazing game there from New York batting. Detroit pitching, Chadwick in relief gets their 7th loss, their 4th blown save, and for New York, Cillian O'Sullivan gets their 9th win, 9-5 now for them. Player of the game is Hunter Harrison. Oh, you still there? Looks like we lost.
Did not realize I was on mute.
Oh, no worries.
And the Toros get the win, 2-run bomb, 2 homers for Carter. Excuse me, hit a 3-run bomb. Not having a good streak here. That's 3 straight bad starts. We'll go check out Cancun. Yup, Carter, 4 ribbies, 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout. Definitely your best batter between both teams. Bentley will pick up the loss. And Dawson, wow, the corpse of Peter Dawson gets the. But Ace Carter, those 2 homers, is your player of the game.
And now game number 5, the Space Rangers and the Raptors. And Space Rangers getting their 32nd win now of the season. The score is 6-4, 14 hits to 13. Batting wise, we have a run, 3 hits, and 2 RBIs from Arrow on the Florida side. And for Boise, looks like our best batter here is going to be Brunson, getting 2 hits, an RBI, and a walk. Pitching for Florida, Champ McQuack getting their 7th win of the season. Domingo Pozo, their 17th save. And for Boise, Collins, and I believe that is Dusty Collins, right? Yeah, Dusty Collins. 9th loss, 11-9 now for them. Player of the game is Red Arrow.
And the Aviators get the win 4-2 on the road against the Stars. Let's see. Nacho Vargas started. Let's see. Wow. 4 hits for Dan Halen, 3 ribbies. Definitely your best batter between both teams, 4 for 5 total. Funk got the start. Washington will pick up the win. Sutherland will pick up the loss for Nashville. And Nacho Vargas, the starter for the losing team, gave up no runs in 7, is your player of the game. Ford Hammer still killing it with Nacho.
All right. And that finishes us out for the 24th of September. Just to verify one more time, no minors matches. We're going to go ahead and advance a day here. And just to make sure on the calendar, 25th is also a quick sim day. So game number 1, the Sloss and the Scorpions. And Sloss win this one. Narrow the gap now to 4 games between them and the Scorpions in the playoffs here. 2-1 in this matchup. 4 hits to 5. Real pitchers battle here. We have 2 hits from Smitty Springfield on the Death Valley side, and a run, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs from Kahn for San Antonio. Pitching for Death Valley, Balquin getting their 6th loss this season. For San Antonio, Dude Manbro their 13th win, Rayner their 3rd save, and player of the game is Dude Manbro.
And Brunson, the Raptors beat the Space Rangers. Brunson tied for 4th in the league in RBI, went 4. My goodness. Let's check out his full stat line there. 4 for 4 with 3 ribbies. My goodness. Definitely in the MVP conversation. Shout out to season 13. We'll go down now to the pitchers. Atsuko Rune gets the win, even though he gave up 6 runs. Castillo gets the loss for Florida. And Josh Brunson, definitely player of the game. Would love to give up 6 runs and get the win. Don't get that lucky though. Matty Paul with the hold. So nice win for Boise.
Game number 3, the Aviators and the Stars. Aviators win this one, score of 3-2. 2 errors on the Aviator side. Batting, we have 2 runs, 2 hits, and an RBI from Herrera for Outer Banks. And on the other end, we have a run, 2 hits, an RBI, and a walk from Geist. Outer Banks pitching, Smash Jackson getting their 9th win of the season, 9-11 now for them. Frias their 7th hold, and Johnson their 15th save. And for Nashville, Kevin Baxter, their 15th loss, 2-15 now for Baxter on the season. And player of the game is, oh, it's Kendrick Baxter. Excuse me, is that right? Kendrick Baxter. Sorry about that, Kendrick. 7.1 innings pitched, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts, 94 pitches, and that's enough for your player of the game.
How did Baxter get player of the game? Gave up 3 when the other pitcher gave up 2. Very confusing. Shout out to Shive though. Nice outing for W. Voyagers bridle the Demons 4-2. They're just on a tear. 66 wins now. It puts them, I think now second. They're still second behind Death Valley, only game. Let's see, New York batting wise, only 7 hits. A couple multi-hit games from Rivers and Rove. A multi-hit game for Cloud. Seavar having a season, put him in the conversation. Only gave up a run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Mitchell with the loss for Detroit. Seavar, your player of the game. Morgan, 19 saves for New York.
And game number 5 now, the Vandals and the Toros. And it looks like the Vandals win this one. The score of 9-4, 11 hits to 8. Excuse me. On the batting end, we have 2 runs and 2 hits from Johnny Times 2, and a run, 2 hits, and an RBI from Carter. Pitching for Cancun, Jennifer Tarbington, their 7th loss this season now. Vancouver Ripspod, their 9th win, 9-9 for Ripspod, and Justin Ripspod, player of the game, 7.2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, 120 pitches.
And now the Crabs and the Rougarous. Crabs top the Rougarous 0 behind. Let's see, batting wise, 2 ribbies for Morimura, 2 ribbies for Small. We'll go down now to the pitchers. Of course, Jabs, wow, 8.1, no runs given up. And Dick Shaw to pick up the loss. Jabs, again, player of the game, 13 strikeouts. The control freak, definitely a freak on the mound. Definitely putting himself in the conversation for pitcher of the year.
All right.
Jabs, your player of the day.
Player of the day, look at that. And looks like now our calendar is moving down to the 26th, and it's going to be the Dynamos versus the Kingpins.
Alrighty, here we go. Get the poll up early since you announced it.
And Dynamos starting off with Shifty Lagoose here, 10-6 on the season, 4.11 ERA versus Todd Gonzalez, 8-10 with a 5.48 ERA. Looking at our matchups here, looks like we got 6 for the Kingpins, 2 for Dynamos, and a tie batting-wise, and Dynamos with the advantage in pitching. So we're going to get started here, and Vincent Avon is going to come up first. Pitcher comes set, and here's the pitch. Right to the second baseman, and that is out number 1. Tapper to shortstop, and he's not going to have a play. And Johnny Tsunami is on with a single. Johnny going to second, and he's going to get a stolen base here. Number 50 on the season. Going for number 51. Oh, and he gets thrown out at third. Johnny Tsunami getting thrown out at third, and with the hit here to the first baseman, that'll retire the side. Dallas getting nothing on the board. Kingpins. And leadoff hitter here is going to hit a fly out, Ben Stackenpaper, and now Nokio comes up. Nokio, line drive to center fielder, out number 2. And this one's in the gap. This one might get past Cloudera. It does. It's going for 2 and the throw. And he's going to be safe. And now Lee, runner in scoring position. Lee hitting to the third base and throws across, makes the play. Leaves the runner stranded. Top of the second now we go. Still 0-0. Middle of the lineup now for the Dynamos. And that one is hit to the shortstop. Throws across. Out number 1. Johnny Pluto striking out. And now Otis Wallace. Otis over the shortstop's head. And Otis is going to get on with the base hit here. To the gap on the left side, and that's going to put 2 runners on now. 2 outs for Matthew Edwards. And Edwards strikes out here, leaving 2 stranded. We're going to move now to the bottom of the second. Still 0-0. And this one's a flyout in the infield for out number 1. And that will drop in front of the left fielder, and that is a base hit here for Zach Mouse. That'll bring up Acuna Matata. Matata hitting right to the shortstop, and the 6-4-3 double play, and that'll retire the side. Move now to the top of the third, 0-0.
0-0. Nothing doing for either team. Minor league night. Gotta love it. Joel Drake, ground out. So welcome to PBE. Looks like a new player. Vince Avon. Vince Avon, too fast. Way too fast. Oh, and Vince Avon, speaking of too fast, will go get that stolen base. So a Tsunami will ground it to the outfield, past the third baseman, and will slide in for a double. And wow, run will score. So Dallas, season turning around soon. Caldera flies out and right. So Stevens grounded to the third baseman. Oh, and he bobbled it. Runner probably thought about it, but definitely not a good idea. Pluto, grounder, and they'll get the out at second. Stevens is out. So a run put across by Dallas gives them the lead 1-0 here late in the season, where every game matters coming up for playoffs coming up soon. Suzuki with the strikeout. Shifty Lagoose settling in here. Oh, and they line out to the second baseman. So stack and paper. Look at that. 316 on the year. 318 now. Nochio, another base hit. So the runner, stack and paper, fast runner there will get to third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Third baseman got it, and he's out. Nice flip there to get the out. Remington Stevens, good defense. So Otis Wallace will come up for Dallas, and out. Bloomfield will, nice blooper in shallow center. So Edwards will come up with a runner on first. 2 outs now. Nice strikeout by Todd Gonzalez, Chicago starting pitcher. Drake, strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for Todd. Wow. Really settling down there. Keith Lee, grounder. Oh, wow. Past the infield into center field. The number 4 hitter, Beecham. Oh, and it's over the shortstop's head. So, runner thought about it. Runner's on first and second. For Zach Mouse, go swallow glass. And he told the pitcher to swallow one. Oh, bases loaded now. Acuna Matata grounded the shortstop. They get 1 out. No relay throw, so the run will score. So a 1-1 game here. 1 out. Runners on the corners, and an infield quick pop-up there. Bloomfield there in time. Chungus, strikeout. So Dallas only gave up a run after that wild half inning. So Dallas will bring their bats up. Vince Vaughn will walk. Tsunami, grounded to the first baseman. They get the out at second, but no out at first. So 1 out for Cloudera. Oh, and the runner will go. Tsunami has got the speed. Cloudera, wow, it's deep. Oh, and this, what a diving catch. Wow. Acuna Matata, clip that. That's a web gem out over the shoulder and left. And the grounder now. So pitching and defense, the name of the game here for Chicago. So stack and paper will ground it to the first baseman, out. Nice heads-up play there. Pinocchio. Oh, and it will bloop it in left. Nice single there. Valor grounder into the center field. Oh, and the runner will go from first to third, and he's there. Keith, oh, and he'll bring home the runner from third. And the runner will move from first to third. So RBI single, runners on for Beecham, 2-1 lead. Strikeout, so Shifty Lagoose kind of getting away from him here. Shifty takes the ball, the slow roller, and gets the out. So only gave up a run. Not bad. Top of the 6th, Dallas, Johnny Pluto. Johnny, nice single there. Nice piece of hitting out of the 5 spot. Otis Wallace, grounded the third baseman. Oh, and he couldn't make the throw.
Oh.
No use forcing it, he said. Bloomfield. Oh, and the wild pitch. Runners advance. Runners on second and third, no outs. Bloomfield will drop it in. 1-1 will score, and that will be it. So 2-2 now. Dallas out. Runners on the corners. The newbie Edwards strikeout. So Drake, another newbie out of the 9 slot, strikeout. So Schumacher settling in. Avon. Oh, and the walk the bases loaded. That's what experience will get. You'll draw a walk. So Tsunami, here you go. Bases loaded. Grounded to third baseman, and they get the out at first. So a lot of chaos, but only 1 run scored in each of the half innings for both teams that they've scored in. So bottom of the 6th, Chicago, Matata, who made that crazy catch in left field, grounds out Suzuki. And a line out there, Otis Wallace there to make a play in the grass. Chungus, pop up in center. He's out. So Dallas now will bring up Cloudera, top of the 7th. Oh, wow. Shortstop way out there in the grass. Nice play by Beecham. Stevens. Shortstop getting action. Beecham, back-to-back plays. Nice throw. Pluto. The catcher to the third, hits it to the third baseman. 3 straight outs for Schumacher. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 7th. Can they break the game open here and take the lead with the top of the order? Stacking paper. He stacks paper, and he stacks singles too. Look at that batting average. A nice leadoff single for stacking paper. Pinocchio now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Whoa.
Cloudera again. Wow. Cloudera makes play after play in center. Nice web gem in center. Oh, stacking paper. Got the Jets 45th on the year. Valor will strike out looking. Oh, and the wild pitch. Jesse Brown, the reliever. So let's see. Runner on third, Keith Lee. It's deep. Wow. Right field. 10th home run for Keith Lee. That one gives his team the lead. Late season heroics for Keith Lee, the cleanup hitter. So Beecham will come up. Chicago takes the lead 4-2. He stacks paper. Yep. Oh, and Beecham will go. Wow, Beecham's there easily, 28th on the year. Zach Mouse, go swallow glass. And has to swallow his pride there. Grounds out. Top of the 8th, we go Dallas. Can you come back in this game? Here you go.
Sure hope so. Otis Wallace is up here first. Otis. Towering shot towards right center field, but he's able to get underneath that one, out number 1. Leo Bloomfield now. Bloomfield hit right to first baseman, out number 2. Matthew Edwards. Matthew get his first base hit. Matthew Edwards towards right center field, and that one is caught. 1-2-3 inning for Dynamos. 3 outs remaining for him, down by 2. And shortstop, makes a bobble there, and that is another fumble bumble. Strikeout here, runner at first, 1 out. And that one is hitting foul territory, caught for out number 2. Runner going to second. It looks like they got him. Yes, they did. Got the runner at second. Ben stacking paper was not stacking the steal that time.
Can't stack all those stolen bases. Got the most on his team, though.
Right. And that one's a flyout to start out the inning for the Dynamos. Top of the order now. Vincent Avan is up now, and that is a single with 1 out. Johnny Tsunami. And that is weird hit ball in foul territory, out number 2. This one hit right to the first baseman, runs over, makes a tag, and that's going to do it as the Kingpins beat the Dynamos here. Score 4-2, 14 hits to 11. On the batting side, 3 hits and an RBI for Bloomfield for Dallas. For Chicago, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs for Lee. Pitching for Dallas, in relief, Jesse Brown gets their 10th loss. Chicago, Schumacher gets their first win of the season, with Leaf getting their 5th save. Player of the game is Keith Lee.
Yep, that clutch homer, as we saw. Swifties take down the Mounties. Sorry about you, Diesel. Let's see. Drozdov, superb performance, 4 for 5 with a bomb and 3 singles. So nice day at the plate for my boy there. You need to calm down. Wasn't very calm, but rallied around him. Grisselman picks up the win. Not Winston will get the save. Throwing man will take the loss. Drozdov, though, player of the game.
And game number 3, the Wheelers and the Hepcats. Hepcats winning this one, getting win number 55 on the season now. A score of 3-0, 3-hit shutout over the Wheelers. Batting wise for Kansas City, we have a run, 2 hits, and an RBI from Torrent. Pitching wise for Anchorage, Leo Entertainment Font getting their 7th loss. For Kansas City, Galvin getting their 8th win, and El Charo their 15th save. Player of the game is Tim Galvin. Galvin, 8.0 innings pitched, no earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 92 pitches.
And the Dillos, Ayers helps the Dillos get the win. We got requested to do a standings check, so we'll put that. We'll score, though, not too dominant. 3 hits for Ayers, 2 RBIs. So nice day for Ayers. Finesse Insider, can't get me, got the loss and only 3.1. Hot dog sandwich. Sandwiches on him, gets the win. Ayers, though, player of the game. Nice day at the plate for Ayers.
And you asked for the standings, and with 10 games left in the season, actually 11 games, excuse me. Some of these are off. 9 games. Left in the season, we have the Dillos now up by 1 in the wild card. Kingpins grabbing the second wild card spot. 1 back of the 66ers, 2 back are the Wheelers, 4 back the Dynamos, and 9 back are the Mounties. So still
Trout's
pretty close.
11 games left.
11 games left. So still pretty close here. Just a 1-game difference between the Kingpins and the Swifties over in the East Division. And that's going to do it for the minors. Pulling up the majors now. Game 1. We have our Vandals versus the Toros, and Vandals with a 4-hit shutout over the Toros, 15-0, 18 hits to 4. Looking at batting here, Johnny times 2, 2 runs, 2 hits, 4 RBIs, 4 runs, 4 hits for Herb Session as well. Wow, big game for the Vandals here. Let's see here. King now getting his 60th stolen base. Cancun pitching, Kit Carsey getting their 12th loss this season. For Vancouver, Blue Line their 11th win. And player of the game is Herb Sessions with those 4 hits and 4 runs scored.
And Stars squelch Aviators offense and Stars 3-0 win. So actually got out hit. 3 hits for Herrera, but couldn't put any runs across. Nashville 3. So what's for lunch? 3 ribbies. Tokiyami gets the win. Bin Cotton will take the loss. Tokiyami is your player of the game. Jacker Philly fan was ejected. Second ejection we saw tonight for arguing a strike call, similar to what we saw with Hendricks Samar, if everyone remembers, season 15. But yeah, wow, a lot of ejections tonight. Like we talked about, as the tension picks up late in the season, people, aggravated with each other, ready to fight. So,
all right, let's see, which one was that? That one was Outer Banks and Nashville. It brings us to the Sloths and the Scorpions, and the Sloths continuing try and get closer to the Scorpions here. Only 3 games now separate them. Winning this one, the score is 6-1, 8 hits for both teams. 3 hits for Sim over on Death Valley side, and for San Antonio, we have a run, a hit, and 2 RBIs from Ash Dragon. Death Valley pitching, Green getting their 3rd loss this season. For San Antonio, Daring their 10th win, Dugan their 5th hold, and Bobby Daring, player of the game, 6.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 108 pitches.
Nice game for 209 Tacos against 2 Hummus God Pod legends, Bobby Daring and Shane Green. But Tentacion, wow, 14-4 dominant win. Definitely insane offense. Check the news. Wow, Tentacion and Rowe, 3 ribs each. Definitely your best batters. We'll go down now. Fairborn only gave up 4 runs, gets the win. Spruce will pick up the loss. Tentacion in the MVP conversation definitely is your player of the game. So Colbin Fairborn with that trade, New York now looking to load up here as the season progresses.
Takes us to game number 5, the Crabs and the Rougarous. Crabs getting win number 61 in this one with a score of 8-2, 10 hits to 6. Batting wise, we have a hit and 2 RBIs for Slithery Sneck. Providence side, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs for Dottie Morimura. Pitching for New Orleans, McDougal getting their 12th loss. Complete game win here for Barack Obama. 9.0 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 13 strikeouts, 124 pitches, and that makes Barack Obama our player of the game.
Wow. Space Rangers drop off the Raptors 10-3. Trying to get in the playoffs here, looking good for them. Let's see. Brunson, though, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, keeping that. Bogexu, 2 hits. Florida, Buster Nut, wow. Gets the win, 8.1, only gave up 3. Mauston gave up 6. Buster Nut is your player of the game, starter for Florida.
And that finishes us off for today, the 26th of September. Pulling up our schedule here for the 27th, it's going to be the Mounties versus the Swifties.
Here we go. Diesel, Beebs, time consumer. So should be a fun one here.
And Mounties and the Swifties.
I'm actually 3-2 on the night.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Yeah.
For Mounties, Johnny Shining is pitching, 7-8 record, 4.82 ERA versus Casey Tam, 4-7 record with a 4.97 ERA. Mounties, let's see here. For the matchups, it looks like it's 7-2 in the Swifties' favor, and they have the advantage in pitching as well. So Mounties have their work cut out for them, and we're going to get Jerry Jingles starting us off here. This one hit to the shortstop, throws across, makes a play, out number 1. Hills now, wow, line drive right to the shortstop, and that is out number 2, Del Olmo. And shortstop could not get this one, as that's going to be a base hit. 1 on now for hot hitter Kirkby. Kirkby with 60 RBIs, and he's going to put a runner in scoring position here for Chili Gravy. Chili Gravy right to third baseman, throws across, makes the play, leaves 2 stranded here. So moved out to the bottom of the first, Swifties with their first chance up. And a strikeout here from Haywood Dinkle, and that'll bring up Dom Drozdov. Drozdov right to the shortstop, out number 2. McCollum striking out 1-2-3 inning. Top of the second now, Kingston up. And that's going to be a strikeout. This one drilled through the gap on the left side, and that's going to put a runner on base. And now Peter Dawson Jr. Dawson Jr., who had a home run earlier according to Diesel, almost gets another one there, but that one is caught at the warning track. And this one's going to be a fly ball caught by the shortstop, and that'll retire the side, leaves a Kingston runner stranded. Bottom of the second now, middle of the lineup here for the Swifties. And that's to the gap, and Dub City is on with a base hit. Sir Dr. Javier Dominguez Jr. striking out. 1 out, 1 on here for Haka Haka. Haka Haka through the gap on the right side, runner going to third, and the throw. And he's safe. Runners at the corners. 1 out. And this one's going to drop in front of the right fielder, and that will score a run. That is an RBI single from Danny B. Jimbo now. And runner going to second. He is safe with the steal. 2 runners in scoring position now. This one hit to the second baseman, gets the out at first. Runners advance so, and put one on the board. Swifties up by 2 now. This one hit to the pitcher, throws across, gets out number 3, leaves the runner stranded, but Swifties get 2 on, and we move to the top of third, up by 2.
What's up, Dom Honorillo? Casey Tam here tonight, too. So in the Twitch chat, pitching, having a good night here. Tam on the mound, Jingles, leadoff hitter, pops out in the infield. Hills, strikeout. Tam dealing right now. Del Olmo gets the 2-out single. So Orion Kirkby, who's been on fire pretty much all night here, strikeout. So Tam dealing right now. Dinkle, grounder, slow roller, pitcher makes the play. Johnny Shiny, nice defense there. Drozdov will pop up. Shortstop's there at the second base bag. Excuse me. McCullum. Wow, that's a high fly ball left field, and he's out. So Gravy will come up for Kingston down 2. Can you get something going here for your team? Oh, the error, the inaccurate throw. Wow, Dinkle can't corral the throw, so the runner will move forward. Will ground out to the first baseman. Gravy's moving to third. Rose, strikeout. Dawson Jr., who had his first home run a few games ago, I think, on the sim here tonight, strikes out. So Dub City, they got Bumble Fumble. Did you play it?
I sure did.
Dub City ground out to the second baseman. Sir Doctor, wow, same ball to the second baseman. Hakaka now, 2 outs. Hakaka, it's deep, and it's right field, and it's gone. 10 homers for Hakaka. And Swifties up 3-0. Your first place Swifties. Wow. Up 3-0 now with 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Danny B, the hot hitter. Danny B staying hot. Get hot, stay hot. Swifties rolling. Jimbo. And Danny B slides in. 29th stolen base. Jimbo grounded the shortstop. They get the out. So 3-0 lead for State College. Blonde will come in now. Kingston. Blonde will ground it to the second baseman. He's out. Yes, sir. Swifties, let's go. Beebs. We got this. Jingles. This is a pop-up, a fly-up, Fly ball is out. Hills. Strikeout. So Tam on fire. Tam is in his jam right now. Mungus with a nice infield single there. Oh, and a hit and run. So Mungus will probably want to go to third. Weird animation there. And the cutoff man gets the ball but doesn't make a throw. So runners third. And the nice RBI, 2 RBI single for Drozdov. Drozdov on a nice little tear lately. Got player of the game. McCullum. Oh, and he looks like he chased that one outside. And will fly out and right. 1 out now for Dub City. Lefty, strikeout. Sir Doctor gets the base hit. Runner will stay. So 2 runners for Hakaka. Strikeout. So Swifties up big here. 5-0. Del Olmo. Oh, and he puts it past the shortstop. So leadoff single here. Kirkby, and he can get back-to-back base hits for Kingston. No outs. So this is the position you want to be in for Chili Gravy. And it drops in front of the left fielder. Runners move and stay, though, in advance. So base is juice. Juice is base. Grounded to the shortstop. And the runner will score. So fielder's choice out at second. Runners on the corners now for Rose. Rose with a weird pop-up there. Shortstop's there in the grass. Runners stay. Diesel Jr. strikes out looking. So Mounties get a run back here. Swifties, though, up. Leadoff walk for Danny B. Love to see it. Jimbo grounder to the second baseman. Oh, they get 1 out. They don't make the relay throw. So Mungus. Oh, and Jimbo got the speed. 20th stolen base. Welcome to the 20 club. Strikeout for Mungus. Dinkle. Oh, and he rips one into right. Runner will come from second. And the throw is not in time. State College up 6-1. Nice RBI single for Dinkle. Drozdov continuing his nice streak. McCullum will ground it. Oh, and it gets past the shortstop. Will the runner come? The runner will. And the throw is not in time. Rose couldn't make the throw. So State College up big here. 2-out rally, 7-1. And go in here. Dub City rips one into the right center. Oh, and he's safe. Another RBI. So 8-1. 3 straight RBI singles. Wow. And he lines out to right. Yeah. having a game here, Swifties. This is how you play going into playoffs. As we checked, 11 games left. And a slow roller for Blonde. Ground out. So Jingles, oh, and he gets it to the shortstop. Oh, he's got the speed. Jingles, the leadoff hitter, 319. Hills will put it into center field, and runners on first and second for Del with 53 ribbies. Uh-oh, this is in right field. It's caught, and the runner will move. Jingles in there pretty easily. 2 outs now for the hot hitter, Kirkby. Oh, he hacked at it. It was inside. They get the out at second, so Mounties get strand 2. Hakaka had the homer earlier. Keeps it going here. Now 3 for 4 on the day. 2 for 2 for Danny B. Danny B grounded the third baseman. They get the first out. They get both outs from the hot corner. Dawson Jr. play. Clip that. First double play on stream for Dawson Jr. So Swifties up big here. Top of the 8th. Here we go.
All right, middle of the lineup here for the Mounties. Chili Gravy up first. Chili Gravy, towering shot towards right center field. And that one's in the upper deck. Upper deck. Look at that one. 421 feet for Chili Gravy. And the score is now 8-2.
Spicy Chili Gravy. Whew.
And this one's hit over the shortstop's head, and that's going to be a base hit here for LaFleur. Rose coming up, still no outs. Runner first. Rose striking out, and now Dawson Jr. Dawson with the great play just previously, and this one's going to be a fly out into the infield, out number 2. Runner still at first.
Diesel's with us anymore.
And this one's going towards the warning track, and that one is caught, leaving a runner stranded. Bottom of the 8th we go. Swifties up by 6. And a line drive almost to the left fielder, out number 1. This one past the second baseman, and top of the order is Dinkle is going to get on base. Strikeout here from Drawstoff, and that'll bring up McCollum. 2 outs, 1 on. McCollum hits right to the pitcher, and that'll retire the side, leaving 1 stranded. Top of the 9th now, down by 6. 3 outs remaining. Top of the order, Jingles. Jingles with the base hit over the second baseman. That'll bring up Hills. Hills striking out. 2 outs remaining here. Del Olmo. Del Olmo striking out. Last chance. Cleanup hitter Kirkby hitting 300, 60 RBIs. Kirkby hitting to the third baseman, and they make the play. And that retires the side, and the Swifties win this one. The score of 8-2. 15 hits to 12. 27 hits total in this matchup. Looking at batting here, we have a run and 3 hits from Del Olmo. Over on the State College side, 2 runs, 3 hits, and an RBI from Dinkle. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an RBI from Haka. Pitching for Kingston, Shining taking their 7th loss. For State College, Tam getting their 5th win. Jader their 5th hold, and your player of the game is Manaoka Haka.
Let's go Swifties. First place Swifties, we already know. Dynamos get right game, 5-1 win at Chicago, who's ahead of them in the standings. Dallas, a lot of multi-hit games, middle of that order, though. 3 ribbies for Remington Stevens, feeling himself. Valor 2 hits, so we'll go down. Wohler will get the loss. Farnworth, gets the win. Farnworth, who got ejected last time up, if you don't recall, earlier tonight, had a big brawl. And benches clearing brawl. The pitcher and catcher, the only 2 players got ejected. So Farnworth, after having to watch his team the rest of that game, gets the player of the game for Dallas. So looking up here with 11 games to go.
And that takes us in our next game, the Wheelers and the Hepcats. And this one went 12 innings with a walk-off here for the Hepcats. Tyler Colvin for the game-winning hit. Looking at our batting here, we have 3 hits and a run scored from Stein on the Wheeler side. And over here we have 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 RBIs, and a walk from Hodge. Dylan Hodge getting it done. Anchorage pitching, Ono getting their 6th hold of relief. Crab their 3rd blown save, and Nagashimi their 1st loss. For Kansas City, MacArthur in relief taking their third win. Player of the game is Dylan Hodge. Dylan Hodge ties the Kansas City regular season extra game record for hits with 5. 5 hits from Dylan Hodge.
And the Dillos beat the 66ers. 66ers, a lot. Probably not happy with this result. 4-3 win for LGM and his Dillos and DG. Drockenberg 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. 2 ribbies for Ross, the legend. Law, as LGM mentioned earlier, Law goes 8-9, picks up the win. Beaumont takes the loss for San Bernardino, and your player of the game is Drockenberg. So Dillos went on the road here late in the. Here you go. 66ers got their work cut out for them here. Can they back into a playoff spot as we close out the season? The young franchise here in the minor leagues. So.
And no PBE scores for today, so we're going to advance the next day, and that is going to be the Dillos versus the 66ers. Majors games after this one's over. Pulling up Dillos and the 66ers for the Dillos, Justin Sims, 7-8 on the season with a 4.60 ERA versus Max Miller, 10-8 with a 5.96 ERA. Looking at matchups here, we've got 6 for the 66ers, 3 for the Dillos in batting. The 66ers have the advantage, but Dillos have the advantage in pitching. And they're going to start us off here with Junie Panda. Panda hitting .301 with 45 RBIs and 44 stolen bases. Doing pretty well for the Dillos this season. Panda hits right to second baseman, and that is out number 1. And now Hamed. Hamed down the left field line. Third baseman does not make a play, and that is going to be counted as an infield hit. This one is a fly out to left field. Runner still at first, 2 outs now. Dover's up. Dover to the second baseman, goes to first, makes the play, leaves the runner stranded. Bottom of the first we go now. 66ers up. And a high hit towards right field. That is caught for out number 1. Strikeout looking here from Al Bunty, and now hard and long with 2 outs. Hard and long towards right field, and that one looks like it's going to be caught. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the second we go now. Hot hitter Drachenberg striking out. Abbott over the second baseman's head, and that is a base hit with 1 out. Ruiz, and over the shortstop. Shortstop looks like he could have made that play and just stood there. Ross now, and a strikeout, 2 outs. And Ayers is up now. Ayers, and that drops in front of the left fielder. Runner's coming home in the throw, and not in time. And Dillos put 1 on the board. Runner first and second still. This one's down the right field line, and this is going to be at least an RBI single here. And Junie Panda getting another one on the board. Ahmed up again. Ahmed to the second baseman, throws across, makes the play, leaves 2 stranded. Bottom of the second we go. San Bernardino down now by 2. Leadoff strikeout. And check swing, and he's going to take that one for a walk. And do they pull out the double play? Yes.
Wow.
Wow, and what a double play that was there. Finishing out the side, that takes us now to the top of the third. Dillos up by 2.
Nice defense there to turn 2 there. Let's see, Magiacomo Magic with the leadoff single. Dover, you saw Magiacomo Magic. Oh, Dover, it's a fly ball. It's deep in left field, but he's out. Looked like it was going to go gone. Drockenberg having a nice couple games here. Strikes out. Christy Abbott, 219 hitter, will fly up and left. He's out. And Ruiz, Ryan Stryker Jr., and he'll, wow, nice piece of hitting there with 4. Oh, excuse me. That was Myth. And the double play. Wow, Justin Sims settling down here. Jimmy Dong, new player. Gonzalez. Wow, got there. Gonzalez. And that's a nice way to get out of the inning. A double play and then a ground out for Sims. So Sims playing well here. 66ers. Max Miller still on the mound. Down 2. 2 outs now for Ayers. The 9-hitter. Ayers. That's a fly ball. That's in left field. That's out. So San Bernardino now, bottom of the fourth, excuse me. Can they put a run on the board to get back in this game? Getting out hit 6-1. Justin Sims absolutely dealing right now. Bunty breaks a little cold spell for his team. Gets a single there. Hard and long. Strikeout. Deeks, he puts it past the infield for a 2-out single. So Lane, the number 5 hitter with the runner in scoring position, will strike out looking. Justin Sims on a nice tear here tonight, only giving up 3 hits. Max Miller, though, not having a bad night himself. 2 runs given up, gets the first out. Hamed will hit a fly ball in left, get the out. So 2 straight outs for Max Miller here. Magiacomo grounds to the shortstop. So 3 up, 3 down. Now their batters will come up. Lim will pop up and fly out, excuse me. Randy Myth. Wow, nice single there. 1-out single. So Jim, the 8-hitter, will walk. So first 10 situation for Sims. Bases juice now. Can he settle down here? And the blooper in right field brings home a runner, brings home 2 runners. So Willis with the clutch at bat to tie the game. 66 chaos here on minor league night. And another run will come in and score standing up. Al Bunty. So back-to-back a run scored. 3 runs total for those last at-bats. And a line out there to the third baseman. 2 outs. Oh, and this is fly ball in right field, and he's out. So 66ers go 3 runs scored. They were down 2. Now they're up 1. Dillos will bring their 4, 5, and 6 batters up. Dover, Drockenberg, Abbott, Max Miller still in the game. And he'll fly out and right. So Drachenberg will come up, 312 hitter. Strikeout. So Max Miller absolutely dealing right now. Abbott, this is a fly ball in left field. And he's out. She's out, excuse me. So Sims still in the game. Only gave up those 3 runs. Grounder to the shortstop. He's out. So Lim with 1 out. Lim will get the base hit there in left field. Will reach on a single. Myth will also get a base hit in left field. Back-to-back singles. Jim, grounder to the shortstop. They get 1 out. They get both outs. Defense. Panda and Ayers with the relay throw. And now, wow, and Ruiz, Ryan Stryker's new player, gets over the wall quickly, 380 feet. It was near the track. Play looked like it was going to be made there. Ryan Shue now in relief. Ross will come up. Ross will ground to the shortstop. He's out. And so Ayers will come up. The walk. 3-3. Panda. Oh, and the runner will go. Ayers with some speed. 22 stolen bases. Panda. This is deep. This might have the distance. Oh no, center field's there at the warning track with the out. Wow, what a nice power behind that hit. And then Hamed will round out. So Ryan Shue, clutch, only gave up a run there, but 66ers now. Gonzalez will put it in left field for a base hit. Willis will come up. Strikeout. So Justin Dixon, Bunty will fly up and fly out and right. So hard and long. Colt spell still hitting over. Strikeout. 71 ribbies too. Leads his team in ribbies. So we'll go top of the 8th. Tie game. Here we go.
And Magiacomo's coming up first. Magiacomo will take a walk here to start us out, and that'll bring up Ben Dover. Dover Right to the second baseman, but the shortstop does not complete the double play. Gatchenberg now. Past the shortstop, and that's going to be a base hit. Runners at first and second now for Abbott with 1 out. Abbott. Towering shot towards left center field. That one is caught. Runner does not tag. And this one's hit towards right. And this is probably going to retire the side here. That one is caught. Leaves 2 stranded. Bottom of the 8th we go. Still tied up. Strikeout looking here. And this one past the second baseman. Lane gets on. 1 out, 1 on for Lim. Lim, the third baseman. And will they get the 5-4-3? They do. Double play retires the side. Top of the 9th we go now. Ross, Ayers, and Panda. Ross up first. And this appears to be a flyout to center field, and that is out number 1. Ayers now. Shortstop comes in, grabs that one, throws across, out number 2, top of the order, Junie Panda. Junie trying to keep him in the game here. And shortstop makes quick with the work of that one. Bottom of the 9th we go. San Bernardino here with a walk-off chance. Bottom third of the order, Myth, Jim, and Gonzalez. Randy Myth, former Dallas Dynamo, is going to fly out to left field. This one hit to the third baseman, throws across, gets out number 2.
Here we go.
Gonzalez, 2 outs. Tie game. And this one is over the center fielder's head. And that's going to be a double here with 2 outs. Top of the order, Willis coming up. Runner in scoring position. And first baseman gets that one, throws over to the pitcher, gets the out, leaves 1 stranded. We move now to the top of the 10th. Still tied 3-3.
Free baseball? Free baseball here. First extra inning game of the night. Hamed will ground it, hot ground to the first baseman. He's out. So will strike out looking. Bobo Bones is in for San Bernardino. Oh, and the weird curvature, the windy out. So Bunty will come up for San Bernardino. Second shot at a walk-off here for the 66ers. They get an out there long. The 300 hitter, he breaks out of his cold spell, gets the 1-out single here. Deeks now, can he bring home the runner for the win? Deeks, oh no, they turn 1, they turn 2. So top of the 11th we go. More free baseball here on Minor League Thursday.
And Dratchenberg's up now. Dratchenberg hits right to second baseman, out number 1. Abbott this time. And Abbott strikes out looking. Now Ruiz with 2 outs. Ruiz strikes out as well. 1-2-3 inning. San Bernardino. Chance number 3 for the walk-off win. And that's a fly out to center, out number 1. This is going into the outfield over the second baseman's head, and that is a single for Lynn. With 1 out, Randy Myth. Randy. Deep towering shot towards left center field. That one is caught in front of the warning track. Runner still at first, 2 outs. And a check swing strikeout from Jim. That'll retire the side. We move now to the 12th inning, still tied 3-3.
Someone blocked that. Some mod blocked some spam comment we just got. Who want to become famous by followers? Anyways, we'll go top of the 12th here. More free baseball. And a walk here for John Ross. So Brain is saying there might be 21 innings. Oh, and the wild pitch. Lim will go chase it down. Ayer's still up. Strikeout. So runner on second for Panda. Can they break this game open? I want to become famous. Me too. Panda, base hit and left. Will the runner come home to break this lead? And they do. So Ross is safe at home. Dillo's up 4-3 here in the top of the 12th. Ricky Tucker in relief. They get make the relay throw at first. So Maggiacomo now. Oh, and the dive by the shortstop. He stops the ball, but it kind of gets away from him. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Dover with the fly ball in left, and he's out. So here you go. Last chance, down a run. San Bernardino, can you either extend the game or win the game? Gonzalez with a slow roller, the pitcher there. Ricky Hammer makes the throw out. Willis will come up. Willis, this is a fly ball and left. No, it's short. It's 2 outs now. Bunty, last out. Strikeout, Ricky Hammer, clutch save. And the Dillos in 12 stun the home crowd and get the win on the road, move to 48 wins. 66ers slowly climbing, falling away from that playoffs with still some season to go. But let's see, 2 ribbies by Panda, 2 for 6. And we'll go down now to the pitchers. Sims gets a no decision. Hammer gets the win. Bones gets the loss. Max Miller, the starting pitcher for the losing team, has become a theme here tonight, is your player of the game.
And that takes us to game number 2. The Mounties and the Swifties. Swifties win this one and continue their hot streak, now at 48 and 43 on the season. 9-2, 12 hits to 4. Batting wise, we have 2 hits from LaFleur on the Kingston side. And for State College, looks like it's going to be Dub City with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Kingston pitching, Greer getting their 11th loss. State College's Ratatouille going 1-1 now for their career. Thorne their 2nd hold. Evans their 9th hold. And player of the game is Dub City.
And Dynamo's 4-0 win. So are the Dallas Dynamos here with some season left. Cloudera with 2 ribbies. We'll go down. Nice game for Cloudera, the center fielder. Lasova and Dart gets the loss for Chicago. Lasova, your player of the game. No runs given up, 4 strikeouts. And there was a rain delay of 18 Chicago. But regardless, nice win for Dallas.
And game number 4, the Hepcats and the Wheelers. Hepcats win over the Wheelers 4-3. Just barely squeaked this one out. 10 hits to 9. We have 2 RBIs from Nichols and Dimes on the Anchorage side. And a run, 2 hits, and an RBI for Scott for Kansas City. Pitching for Anchorage, pressing, getting their 9th loss. Nelson, their 2nd win. Richard, their 5th save, and player of the game is Dreams Nelson. So Dreams Nelson having a great first stream.
Yeah, gets his player of the game. Didn't get it that first game. All is well, gets the player of the game. Boise sneaks past the Rougarous there. Wokenfuss had a nice day through 7 innings of 5-hit ball. But Boise scored, 3 runs in the 8th and 9th there to get the win. 2 ribbies for the pinch hitter, Thomas. Interesting. Let's see. 3 hits for Beauregard, 2 ribbies for Cook. Eldorian, New Orleans Rougarou batter. And Wokenfuss, no decision. Pleasance with the loss. Wooloo with the win. And your player of the game is Wokenfuss. Ties the new, young Rougarous record, young franchise, with 12 strikeouts in a game. Player of the game, but gets the no decision. His team couldn't rally around him. Pleasance gave up those 2 runs. Boise gets the win.
And that takes us to game number 2, the Aviators and the Vandals. And the Aviators beating the Vandals here with a score of 5-4. Walk-off, Nero Esposito was a walk-off here for Outer Banks with the game tied in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Aviators right fielder hit a dramatic solo home run to send the teams home. So congratulations to Nero Esposito. Batting wise, Chris King going 2 for 2 with the run scored, 2 RBIs and a walk. Over on the other side, we have 3 hits and 2 RBIs for Bergen Cannon. Let's see here. Chris King getting 2 steals, up to 62 stolen bases now. Vancouver pitching, Colby Kidd in relief gets their 3rd loss. For Outer Banks, Johnson their 2nd win, and player of the game is Klaus Bergen Cannon.
And Crabs win at Detroit 2-1. So close wins have been the theme for Providence. Pearson now 14-4. Let's see, batting wise, nice game for Jimmy A&H. We'll go down now. Pitching wise, Pearson with the win, Young with the loss for Detroit. Uriquidez Garcia with the save, and Nate Pearson, 8 strikeouts, only gave up a run, as your player of the game.
Game number 4, the Stars and the Voyagers. Stars beating the Voyagers here, stopping their hot streak. the score of, oh my goodness, 18-8. 22 hits to 13 in this one. 41 hits total. Looking at our batting here, oh, everybody having a good night here. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 3 RBIs from Hunter Geist. 6 RBIs from Winston off 3 hits. Ooh. Over on the other side, 4 hits and 5 RBIs from Eric Rivers. Pitching, Nashville, Taylor Johnson getting their 8th win. 5.0 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 111 pitches. Joyce Lothwaite taking their 8th loss. Player of the game is Jameis Winston. Rain delay 32 minutes. Harry Grand Foreskin ties the PBE regular season game record for strikeouts with 5.
Wow. Paz, not a great day at the plate for Pazuzu. San Antonio beat definitely the hottest team. Look at that. 4 hits for Wilson with 3 ribbies. 4 ribbies for my boy Bobby McDonald, getting that average of 2 for 5. Colton Kai takes the loss there. Ryan Rose gets the win. And Nick Wilson, batter for this loss, is your player of the game.
And that takes us to the final sim game for today, and that is the Scorpions and the Toros. Scorpions finally get a win here. They're 68th now in the season. Score is 6-4, 11 hits to 8. We have 2 hits and 2 RBIs from Love over on the Death Valley side, with 2 hits, 2 RBIs as well for Stone. On the Cancun side, we have 2 hits and 2 RBIs from Lightning Bolt. Pitching for Death Valley, Harry Styles getting their 14th win, McConnell their 16th hold, and Leung their 14th save. And for Cancun, Striker Spin Rate getting their 9th loss. Player of the game is Harry Styles. 6.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 118 pitches. And that finishes us out for the 28th of September. Pulling up my schedule here, our final feature game for tonight is going to be the Wheelers and the Hepcats.
Here we go.
And Wheelers and the Hepcats. Wheelers, King George III, who we saw earlier, is up again. 0-1, 7.71 ERA versus Michael Jordan, 9-5 with a 3.27 ERA. Looking at matchups here, heavily in the Hepcats' favor. One here batting-wise, and that is Jay Doctor on the Wheeler side. So we're going to get started with Philip Stein leading us off. Michael Jordan comes set. And here's the pitch. And this one's in foul territory, right side, out number 1. Twift now, Sailor Twift, hitting to the shortstop, out number 2. Nickels and dimes. Striking out, and just like that, the inning's over. Bottom of the first now, Kansas City. Towering shot towards deep center field. Pulling back and making the catch, and that is out number 1. A tapper in the left field line, but he was able to make the play. The pitcher there for out number 2. And this one is drilled into the corner, bouncing against the fence. And that's going to be a double here. 2-out double, puts a runner in scoring position for Scott. Scott through the gap, and this could score one here. Runner coming home in the throw. And he's safe, and Scott getting the RBI single.
Wow.
Hot hitter Dylan Hodge now coming up. Dylan Hodge, right to the shortstop, gets one. And that'll retire the side. But Kansas City gets one on the board. Top of the second we go. Middle of the lineup here for the Wheelers, and that is a strikeout from Sanchez. Jay Doctor now. Jay Doctor to the second baseman, out number 2. Finelli. Finelli striking out, and that'll retire the side. Bottom of the second we go. Kansas City up now. And this one is caught by the shortstop out in the edge of the outfield, out number 1. This one a fly out to right field, out number 2. And down the left field line, this could be a double here. Runners, no, he stays at first. And that leaves one on for Joe. Joe, and this is going to be a fly out to center field. That leaves the runner stranded, but Kansas City up now by 1. Top of the third we go.
So Anchorage will bring up Fisher, Burrow, Powers. Fisher. Strikeout. Michael Jordan. Air Jordan. Oh, wow. Left fielder there in time. So Powers, after that Burrow fly out, line out, excuse me. And the first baseman makes the play. So Powers, ground out. Rose will come up. Kansas City. Rose, grounded the second base. Gets the out. Howard, cold hitter. Can you break out of the cold spell? Grounded the shortstop. He's out. Now Sandy Tater's grounded the third baseman. Gets the out. So King George III having a nice game. No, only giving up 3 hits in that run in the first inning. Let's see. Stein gets the single. Swift. Oh, Swift picks it up, and they get the double play. Nice by Kansas City. You got to love it at home. Turning 2. A lot of double plays tonight. Definitely been fun. Anchorage still can't do anything offensive. Sean Scott will line out. Wow. Got the power behind that one. Hodge, the hot hitter. Hodge is hot. Gets a 1-out single. Colvin, another base hit. So back-to-back base hits here for Kansas City. Can Torrent do something with them? Torrent grounded the second baseman. Nope. They turned 1. They turned 2. So back-to-back half innings with double play balls. So we'll go top of the 5th. Can Anchorage do something to get back in this game? Only down a run, though. Strikeout. Doctor strikes out looking again. It's Michael Jordan absolutely dealing. And, oh, wow, and a sliding catch in center by Jay Doctor. Jay Doctor has made a nice throw on Tahini top 5 earlier this last week. Nice sliding catch. May want to clip that one. Alderson with a back-to-back base hits here. JoJo. So no outs for Rose. Oh, wow, and they load the bases up with that walk. So Howard. Oh, and the third baseman slides in with those nice skates he has. Oh, and the ground of the shortstop. They turn 1 and they turn 2. Sandy Tater's double play. So they had bases loaded, no outs, and end up getting a no-run score. So top of the 6th, strikeout for Fisher. Burrow walks. So Michael Jordan having a nice out. Powers, and this will bloop into shallow center, right center. So Philip Stein, he bloops one as well into left center. So good gap. Bases juices base for Twift. Oh, and he puts it into center field. Scores 1 runner. Scores 2 runners. Amazing. Anchorage back in this game, takes the lead off of 1 at bat by Twift. Strikeout by Dime. Sanchez will fly up and fly out in left field. So Anchors takes the lead, bottom of the 6th. Sean Scott. Oh, wow. Benefits off the air. Flubbed it up there. Fumble bumble for sure. Hodge grounds out. Colvin, strikeout. So King George III, can you get out of this little jam? So nothing doing there. We'll go back to Anchorage, top of the 7th. Jay Doctor. Second baseman's running out there, makes the play. JoJo. Finelli now. Finelli, wow, this is a hard hit ball.
Whoa.
And a nice catch by Rose in center. He stretches full extension there. Nice web gem in center field by Rose. Wow. And a fly out there. So Michael Jordan, his teammates, everybody doing their part here. Now can their batters get back this lead that they had earlier, and an infield pop-up for Alderson, and out. So JoJo grounded to the third baseman. He's out. So Rose with 2 outs, nobody on, will walk. So 2-out walk. Howard. Oh, and Rose, who made that sick catch in center, gets that 6th stolen base. And the line out by Chase Howard. And out-of-town scoreboard. Oh, sorry, Chicago up 3. We'll go top of the 8th now.
And that takes us with Burrows, Power, and Stein leading us off. Burrows, towering fly ball towards left field. That is out number 1. Papa Powers. And this is hard hitting the gap right side. It bounces in between the warning track and the fence. And that's going to be a double. Stein now hits the shortstop, gets to play it first. Runner advances.
2 outs.
And we have a pass ball here, fumble bumble, and that's going to bring a runner in. And it is now 3-1, Wheelers. This one hit to the third baseman, and that'll retire the side, but Wheelers get another one on the board, now lead by 2. Bottom of the 8th.
Here we go.
Kansas City. New pitcher here. George Washington Crab, and he's going to give up a base hit to start us off. And this one's hit towards the left field side. That one drops for another base hit. 2 on, no out. And shortstop, and they pull out the 6-4-3 double play, but runner advances. Wow. Runner now at third. Down by 2. And we'll get a walk here. Runners at the corners. The winning run coming up to the plate right now. And that's a strikeout. And that leaves both runners stranded. Top of the 9th now. Up by 2. And that one's a line drive to the third baseman, out number 1. This one, and the shortstop bobbles that one. Bumble.
Bumble.
And towering shot, right field. Wow. And that one is out of here. 373 feet. And that's a 2-run blast, making it now 5-1. Anchorage over the Kansas City Hepcats.
The Yelich render.
And that one drops for base hit as well, so they're still going here. Finelli on first now with only 1 out. And this one's a line drive to third baseman just on the foul side. And a strikeout. And that'll retire the side, leaving 1 stranded. Here we go. Last chance, Kansas City down by 4, and we're going to get a leadoff walk here from Mr. Robot himself. That'll bring up Joe. Joe with the base hit. Mr. Robot thinking about third, but he stays behind. 2 on now, no out. This one hit to the second baseman. They get 1, they get 2. The 4-6-3 double play. Runner at third. Down by 4. And this one's hitting foul territory. First baseman grabs it, leaves the runner stranded, and that'll do it. As the Wheelers beat the Hepcats here, getting their 44th win of the season with a score of 5-1, 10 hits to 7. Looking at our batting here, we have a hit and 2 RBIs from both Twift and J Doctor on the Anchorage side. And on the other end here, we have multi-hit games from Taters, Scott, Alderson, and Joe. Pitching for Anchorage, King George III getting their first win of their career. George Washington Crab, their 5th hold, and Ono, their 2nd save. For Kansas City, Michael Joden getting their 6th loss, 9-6 now for them. And Michael Joden was the player of the game even in the loss. 7.0 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 95 pitches.
And 66ers roll over the Dillos after all the 66ers decide to log off for the night. Get a big win here, now 2 games below 500, climbing back to that playoff spot. We'll check out batting-wise. Bunty with 2 ribbies. Gonzalez, 2 ribbies for the 66ers. We'll go down now. Daly, 5th win, nice outing. Morgan will pick up the loss for the Dillos. And Danny Gonzalez, the bottom of the order for the 66ers, get the win. So nice win for the 66ers in a tight race down the stretch. You love to see it.
And game number 3, the Mounties and the Swifsteeds. And the Swifsteeds win this one, a score of 9-2, 10 hits to 6 over the Mounties. Kingston batting, we had multi-hit games from Gravy and LaFleur. Over on the State College side, 2 RBIs for Drozdoff, 3 for McCollum. Pitching for Kingston, Jeffrey Murphy Jr. gets their 13th loss. Jimmy Leathershoe, their 8th win, and player of the game is Haywood Dinkle.
Dynamos top the Kingpins 9-7. In extra innings, scored 2 runs in the 10th. Johnny Tsunami had a solo homer to be that was the dagger. Dynamos now also climbing back We'll check out 4 ribbies for Stevens. My goodness, wow. Off of 3 hits. We'll go 4 for 5 for Spencer, 2 nice games for them. Let's see. Johnson with the win for Dallas. A lot of pitchers used. Leaf gets the loss and a blown save. Cloudera is your player of the game for Dallas. Spencer, 2 triples, tied a minor league record with his second, with 2 triples on the game. So overall, everything you can ask for if you're the Dynamos right now.
And that's going to do it for the minors for tonight. Taking a look now with 8 games left. How we looking here? Hepcats at 57 wins. Dillo's 9 back. 66ers 12 back. And Wheelers 13 back. Over on the east end, Swifties now lead the division, 45 wins. 4 back are the Kingpins, and 5 back are the Dynamos, and 13 games back are the Mounties. Playoffs-wise, we've got the Dillos 3 up on the 66ers and the Kingpins, who are tied at 45 games. A game back for each of those are the Dynamos and the Wheelers, and 9 back are the Mounties. So still 5 teams with a great chance of having a playoff shot here. Only 4 spots though. Actually, excuse me, 7 teams. Only 4 playoff spots though. So 3 of those teams are going to be really close and just not be able to make it. So we're going to move on now to the scores for the majors for today. And that brings us to game number 1. The Sloths and the Space Rangers. Sloths win this one with a score of 8-1. 10 hits to 7. San Antonio, batting wise, we have 2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs from Camden, and 3 RBIs from Sandberg. Over on the other end, 2 hits from Farley Hank. Pitching San Antonio, Callaway Flowers gets their 13th win and a complete game win here. 9.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts, 118 pitches. Florida, Champ McQuack, their 12th loss, and player of the game is Callaway Flowers.
And Salmon's the second, 3 for 4 to pull Toros back to 500, 5-2 win. We'll check out Salmon's 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies. He had a grand salami, his 14th bomb of the season. So nice day for Tilapia Salmon's the second. We'll go down now to pitchers. Dawson gets the win. The corpse of Peter Dawson, who left us earlier tonight. Barker will pick up the loss for Death Valley. And Salmon's the second is definitely your player of the game.
And 10 more quick sims left to go here. Here's number 10, Rougarous and the Raptors. Rougarous winning this one, a score of 4-3, 4 hits to 7. Batting wise, we have 2 runs and 2 RBIs from Iso for Boise, and 2 hits and 3 RBIs for Paulo Di Stefano Jr. on the other end. Boise pitching, Dusty Collins getting their 10th loss, 11-10 now in the season for them. And relief, Pleasance gets their 8th blown save, and Salchicha, their 5th win, 5-5 now for Salchicha. Coco McQueen is the player of the game, 6.2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 113 pitches.
And the Vandals edge the Aviators 3-2. Fine form for Austin Bentley. Geez, finally. Chris King, 13th bomb of the season. That helped us get a 3-0 lead here. So batting wise, multi-hits games from Crunkleton and Sessions, multi-hit game for Holden Hart. We'll go down now. Pitching wise, Bentley with the win, Kidd with the save, Ray's Funk with the loss. Bentley, player of the game. So
congratulations.
The Sim take it away, and the Sim will give it back. So nice outing for Bentley. Needed that big time.
And game number 5 here, the Crabs and the Demons. Crabs win this one, win number 63 now for them, 11-4, 12 hits to 7. Batting wise, we have 3 runs, 3 hits, 5 RBIs from Mike Latoris on the Providence side. And on this other end, we have a run, 2 hits, and an RBI from Grant Iridian for Detroit. Pitching for Providence, Jose 43 getting their 10th win, 10-8 now for them. Vivi Zielman, their 15th loss for Detroit, and player of the game is Mike Latoris.
Voyagers prevail 4-2 over Nashville, 9-6, 6 hits to 9. Let's see, we'll go down 3 ribbies for Ulysses season. Definitely your best batter for both teams. Johnson, though, 3 for 4, leadoff hitter. Varga will. Choate having an insane season, definitely in the conversation. Is your player of the game with only 2 earned runs, 14 strikeouts, which would be a record if he was a Rougarou. But player of the game is obviously Kevin Choate. A 9-run inning. Wow, let me see that. For who?
Right here.
Oh, for Providence. Yep, in the top of the 6th. Wow.
9 runs, jeez. All right, that finishes us off for the 29th. Looking at the calendar now, we only have the 30th left, and this is our last day with only PBE Quick Sims for this day. Gonna fast forward a day, make sure that is correct. No minors games. Starting off with game number 1, the Crabs and the Demons. The Crabs winning this one, the score 4-1, 5 hits to 7, 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning there. Providence batting, 1 hit and 3 RBIs for Rusty Kuntz. Over on the Detroit side, 2 hits for Law Jr. Pitching for Providence, Jay Jabs getting their 16th win now. Jabs on fire. 16-7 on the season, 6.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 93 pitches. Shower the handle the 4th, their 14th hold. And for Detroit, Molly Mitchell, their 13th loss. Player of the game is J.A. Jabs.
Vandals score late, top the Aviators 7-3, score 6 runs combined between the 8th and the 9th. Shaderme led the charge. He's tied for 9th in PBE with triples with 4. Young hitter. Let's see. He went 2 for 3 with a homer and a walk, scored 2 times. Rip Spot had a nice game. We'll check out OBX batters. Only 1 multi-hit game for Herrera. Johnny times 2 with 2 ribbies. Crunkleton with 2 ribbies. And Shaderme with his 2, as we mentioned. Shive, 3 runs given up, no decisions. Zissou with the loss. Rip Spot with 8 innings pitched gets the win. And your player of the game is Geronimo Shaderme. So nice game for him.
Game number 3 here in the Sloss. Just keep on rolling. Win number 67 now for them with a score of 4-2 over the Space Rangers. 12 hits to 5. San Antonio, a hit and 2 RBIs from Sandberg. Over on the Florida end, 4 for 5 night from Benjamin Hilmer with an RBI. Pitching for San Antonio, Dude Manbro gets their 14th win. Falco Von Adler, their 12th hold. And Slim Dugan, their 12th save. On the Florida end, Castillo gets their 15th loss, 3-15 now for them. But Joaquin Castillo, even in the loss, gets player of the game. Let's see here, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 99 pitches, and 6.1 innings pitched.
And the Voyagers, extra innings it took, beat the Nashville Stars, one of the best teams in the league, and moved to 69, 7-5 win. It was a walk-off 2-run homer for Skylar Strobel off Doug Dangley. Miss Obvious. So Skyfish on Doug Dangley. The walk-off homer in the bottom of the 10th. Clutch hitting by Skyfish. So he's probably your player of the game, 3 for 5 with 3 ribbies. So we'll go down now. Seavart, wow, not a good outing. 5 runs given up. Morgan gets the win. McKinnon blows the save. Dangley gets the loss. And Skylar Strobel, the clutch batter, is your player of the game.
2 more games left for this stream, and the second of the last one is going to be the Raptors and the Rougarous. Raptors winning this one, a score of 9-2, 10 hits to 7. Batting wise for Boise, we have 2 hits and 2 RBIs from Brunson. And over on the New Orleans end, we have 3 hits and an RBI from Bonanza. Pitching for Boise, Tsuko Rune getting their 12th win of the season. 12-8 now for Tsuko. 8.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, 109 pitches. Losing pitcher is Johnny Dickshot, taking their 12th loss. And player of the game is Tsuko Rune. Final game.
Scorpions, Cancun. Scorpions win. Another team with a nice amount of wins, tying New York with 69. Let's see, no multi-ribby game. 2 for 4, though, for Fullman. We'll go down now. Let's see. Balkan with the win for Death Valley. Tarbington with the win for Cancun. And Balkan, no runs given up in 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, is your player of the game.
And that takes us now to the standings. Looking at our standings here, we have the Voyagers and the Crabs already sealed up playoff positions here for them. 69 wins for the Voyagers, and the Crabs 5 back with 64. Toros 20 back, Rougarous 34 back, Aviators 36 back, and Space Rangers 36 back. Over on the western end, we've got Death Valley and San Antonio also locking up positions. So that is 4 teams now out of the 6 that have a claimed spot. 69 wins for the Scorpions, 67 for the Sloths, 55 for Vandals, that puts them 14 back. Raptors 16 back, 33 back are the Stars, and the Demons 38 back. Looking at our wildcard listing here, since we only have 2 other teams that are going to be coming up here from this point, Vandals are in a really good spot here, 2 up over the Raptors, and the Toros are 4 back. So really it looks like here with 8 games to go, Toros mathematically have a chance to still get in, but they're going to need a miracle here from some of these other teams to push the Raptors far enough back to be able to grab it. So mostly lined up here now, Vandals, Raptors, and Toros, the only 3 uncertains. But we'll have to see how that goes with just one more stream to go. So we're going to go ahead and upload our index here real quick. Actually, I wanted to take a look here at just one thing.
Yeah, Beebs wants to check out strikeouts per 9.
Strikeouts
for the majors.
Okay, let's see here. 62.
The leaders, league leader.
62. Semini still tied at 62. Pitching, strikeouts per 9.
Oh, minors, excuse me. Beebs wants to see the minors strikeouts per 9. Thank you, Trout.
And 10.7 for Jesse Brown. For Swifties, looks like their best is Evans at 9.3. So right now, Rich Evans in 4th place right now, 9.3 strikeouts per 9. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and upload. Let me just check all the settings, make sure these are correct. That one is good. That one is.
Well, the old record was 8.48 strikeouts per 9. Smashing records here in season 20. You know, coming into the Roaring 20s with some records broken here.
And wow, what a night! A lot of very interesting games. You know, things are still wide open over in the minors. 7 teams still have a chance. Toros is still not mathematically eliminated yet. They could still grab something here away from Boise. We'll have to take a look at that one. But only like 8 or 9 games left in the majors now. So what do you think?
Wow, what a night. You know, that the minor league, that last spot is being held on by 1 game, separating between the 2 teams that are tied for that spot and the 2 teams that are trying to get that spot. So Dillo's looking comfortable in that first wild card spot with 1 stream to go. And yeah, so minors race looking really hot here to end the year. Definitely want to keep your eyes on that. But yeah, Toro's still not out of it. 4 games back of the last wild card spot. Need some help from Boise and Vancouver to either one of those teams to start dropping games here in the last stream. So yeah, definitely going to be an exciting stream on Saturday to see how it shakes out.
And you know, we have Beeps here in the channel. I would like to say that the Swifties have had an incredible comeback ever since the All-Star break. I did not predict them to be a contender by the end of the first half. I thought that they were, you know, along with the Wheelers and a couple other teams, kind of right there in the middle of the pack. But Swifties have really poured on the juice, and they've grabbed a good solid lead now, and just 2 Sims have taken over the Eastern Division. Now have a 4-game lead over the Kingpins. So you know, congratulations to those Swifties. Been a while since I've seen them in the playoffs, so you know, it'd be nice to see they can pull an upset off this season. 66ers and Hepcats, pretty heavy favorites. 66ers been in the last couple of World Series, and of course the Hepcats, winning just a couple seasons ago. So, a lot of evenly placed teams here. Going to be very interesting to see who pulls ahead. But there's only 8 games left in the minors, 2 4-game series for each of these teams. So, it's going to really come down to the wire here. Let me see who our streamer is for this coming Saturday. And that is going to be Super TARDIS. Super TARDIS 101
Nice.
going to be doing the Saturday stream. So no info yet about when they'll be coming on, but Super TARDIS 101 will be doing that stream to finish out the season for us. Let's see, what else? Make sure to do all your point tasks if you haven't already. Lots of TPE available this week to grab. And we're going to be moving on to Championship Week point tasks next week. The 10 TPE for 4 writing assignments, so everybody looks forward to that one. Bunch of nice free TPE there to get. Also, make sure you get your primetime votes in if you haven't already. That will be closing tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Time. And I think we're getting close here to having this done.
One of our quickest streams of our careers, honestly. Miners Night still stuck with 8 games, 7, so not too shabby on our part. Had some quick games though, not gonna lie, a few pitchers duels here and there.
Right.
Yes, watch the first PBE rewind. That was really good. Well done. Thank you, Super TARDIS, for getting everybody's work together to cut that video. I'm gonna be more involved with cutting the video just to help Super TARDIS out because he's got a lot in this play, and so I'm taking that from him a little bit. But still want him to be that orchestra conductor, doing really well, getting all these different to be on the video. Talked about the Voyagers a bunch, and I squeezed in the Tahini top 5 in the middle of the video. So check us out on YouTube. We're climbing up in subscribers. I think we're up to in the high 40s now. We topped up at like 52 viewers tonight, which was really nice to see. Had this idea floating around now, pitching it right now to my head office, but seeing if we can get 100 viewers at any point ever to do like some kind of raffle for everyone in the league. So even if you don't even part of that tuning in of that 100, you enter, like the whole league gets to be part of a raffle. League money to see if we can get 100 viewers. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
I don't think we've ever had that many live at, so I'm guessing that we'd probably have to schedule that event on a Saturday afternoon stream to try to get all the European folks and the California folks on the West Coast, obviously, and the East Coast. So I feel like Eastern afternoon would be a cool time to try that. So maybe for the World Series, we'll see. Try to push for an afternoon stream. Yeah.
I had a World Series that I did for the Voyagers about 4 or 5 seasons back. We had about 81, 82 people, and that was the most that I've seen on here so far. So actually, no, I take that back. The season 11 draft, the one that I was drafted in, there was like almost 90 people on that night. I think Gumland was the one that was hosting the stream, and he had a bunch of the players come on and talk for a couple minutes each. It was a lot of fun.
I haven't seen that many for sure. I don't even remember when watching that night. But since I've been keeping track, I haven't seen 100, so it would be cool.
It would be.
To try to get that. Tonight we had people thinking we were the official Out of the Park development stream, trying to get
the card packs, right?
Yeah, the perfect team packs. So that puts us in a good spot. Being with the most current game, it gets people to kind of jump in our stream. Even though we're just a little Yeah, really, really cool to see that. And had a few creates this week out of nowhere. Obviously, some veterans, but some newbies joined the fold as well.
Yeah, I
So
got 2 of them.
that
It
was
was
cool to
nice.
see. Yeah, that's cool to see because we haven't hit recruitment yet. That's going to be Thursday of playoff week to get hyped up for the World Series. But wow, yeah, that's really cool to see that. I don't know who Gumland is.
He was a former streamer. He ended up going back to college and kind of fell out for a while, and he came back and made the player Toby Larone, who I signed for the Dynamos, top steals leader right now career wise for the Miners, but ended up going inactive again when the new school year started. So haven't really seen him on a while, and I'm not sure, until maybe next summer or something like that he might be on again. But we'll have to see. Alright, it looks like we have finished the download here. Let me go ahead and click on the link to update the index. And index done. Let me go ahead and click on to see if it's updated on any of our sections here. Sit here and hit F5 until something happens. And there we go. So, index is updated. We're all done for the evening. Again, I'm Legally Blind Gamer, your host, along with Hummus God. Any last words before we sign off, Hummus God?
Yeah, get your prime times in. They're due early. Probably put an announcement out tomorrow and get some TPE. And congrats to the 2 HO members once again. Coming on board with us. Had a lot of applicants, so it was grateful to see that as well. Energy towards trying to get on head office, and yeah, looking forward to a really fun stream Saturday. Thank you, Taco. Go Swifties, yes sir. And yeah, go Swifties, and hope everyone enjoys Super TARDIS on Saturday. He's awesome, amazing. So.
And I'm planning on trying to sign up for the playoffs game for next Thursday. So if you want to join me next Thursday again, you're more than welcome to.
Let's do it. You already know it's gonna be fun.
All right. Well, great, everybody. Thanks so much again for joining us, Legally Blind Gamer and Hummus God, your hosts. And we will see you next Thursday.
Thank you so much for streaming as always. 52 viewers tonight. Gotta love it. And yeah, have a good night, everybody.